Hello
Hello.
and welcome to our very late Avatar Day live stream. But yes, we're here, and of course, me and Robin are not alone. So it's Robin. We have again Marina or Navi by heart, and then Sophie or Avatar Navi fangirl. So
we're back again.
We're back again, the four of
It's
us.
back.
But it was really fun last time, so we're like, let's do it again.
Yeah,
So,
I like this.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. So the plan is to kind of go over, I guess, just like how we got into Avatar, maybe our favorite scenes from the first and second movie, and then dive into a lot of like Avatar 3 stuff, like really going over that Empire magazine cover story that we didn't have time to cover last time. So kind of reading through that, and yeah, it's pretty much the plan for the next couple hours. So should be fun.
I'm excited. We're here to celebrate Avatar Day, even though it's late.
Better later than never.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We're still here. We're still here.
We've always been here. We were just cooking.
We're all talking about it, but we're just not actually here yet. But we're here.
Yeah.
We're collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Who wants to begin on how you got into Avatar?
I don't mind. Mine is
Or
going
the
to be
first time you
disappointing.
experienced. All right, go ahead.
Go on, Marina. I want to hear
What?
it.
No. Okay. Well, this might be a little bit embarrassing, but I got into Avatar after watching The Way of Water. It's a little bit late. I'm a little bit late to
That's
the party.
not embarrassing.
But
Yeah,
I
no
remembered like watching the first Avatar when it came out, I think, on free TV for the first time. And all I remembered was I liked this movie. And so my uncle is a big fan of Avatar, and I randomly saw, oh, there is a second one coming to theaters. Let's give him a little surprise and ask him if we should go together. And I kid you not, I went into this theater not expecting anything, not even probably knowing what was going on. Sitting there watching the first, I think, 20 minutes, just Jake, Neytiri, and the kids and the world and the date night, and I was like in it. I was so immersed. I was like, what is this? Why did I sleep on that? Like, how come I'm so late to the party? And I got out of the theater and I Googled everything and I bought all the merch and bought all the books, and here I am. I started an Instagram page because I couldn't stop my obsession. And I wanted to share it with the world.
That's great. You know, I think there's a lot of people that got into the movies after the second one, so I think that's great.
Yeah,
I agree. I started collecting after the second movie. I was too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I only committed as well after the second one, but I also watched the first one.
Yeah,
I think it comes with our age as well. Because obviously when and like our beliefs change, I guess, like as you grow and you get to know what you believe in and what you don't believe in.
Yeah, well, I was a teen when the first one came out, but I think I was more interested in other stuff than movies to that time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll share my story now because it's sort of like a little bit similar. Yeah, so I started collecting after the second movie, and I watched it with. So we're back in 2022, and I watched it when it came out with my sister. And we're in the cinema, and we're like, oh my God, like we're reacting, and we're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And we're looking at each other when things are happening, like, oh, what? And we walked out and we were like, that is our favourite film. We both just flat out said, that was our favourite film ever. And I suppose slightly different with me. So I kept going back. I was like, I want to see more. And then when I returned again to watch it by myself, I walked out and there was a little popcorn tin and the little cup with Kiri on it in the cinema to buy. I don't know why. I didn't really know my thought process then. I was just like, fuck it. I was like, I'll buy it. And I bought it, and that was my first ever little item.
Was that the cinema cup? Because I had it here as well.
Yeah, and it's
with Kiri's face on it.
Yes. And I don't even know like my thought process of why I bought it. I was just like, it wasn't even that expensive. And I was like, you know what, I really enjoyed the film. Fuck it, I'll have it. And then I go home and I'm like on my phone, I'm searching, and just a whole world of merch and a whole world that I didn't really like know about, because I was one of them that didn't really know that there was an Avatar fandom until I actively searched for it. And then I was seeing people on Instagram posting their like collection. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I got inspired and I was like, you know what? I'll just make an Instagram. I want to like be like these people. I was like, I want to have these like amazing like merch and stuff. And I still remember like getting my first like 100 followers. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, oh my goodness, yes. There was like 100 people want to see what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Like, wow.
And I never would have known that. Not even 2 years later, I'm reaching 5,000 followers. I'm getting recognition from the actors. I'm on jamescamerononline.com with my little story on there. And I've met all these people and I'm like, my life is just completely different. It sounds so silly, but my life is just completely different. Just entering this world of Pandora and there's always, like I say to you guys, there's always something new to learn. Like no one knows
100%.
everything. Yeah, like no one knows everything. And I learn from you guys, I learn from the fandom, like on Instagram, Reddit, Facebook. And it's just every single time my mind's just like, every time. I love it.
Because it's a whole universe.
Yeah. I'm literally like, I'm fully in love. I'm invested and I will never not be. It's
the one true love, I have to say it.
It really is. And not even just like the characters, like the behind the scenes and what you guys know what goes into making these films. And you fall in love with that part as well, not just the characters and the storyline. And I'm blabbering on now, guys. I could go on forever.
No, it's okay.
We all know.
Literally. Right, I'll stop now. But you guys get what I'm saying, yeah.
What did you say, Jerry?
What about you?
I watched the first one when I was very young, like I think maybe a year after it came out. And I remember thinking like, whoa, like what is this world? And then there was years and years and years where I didn't know about it. I forgot about it for a long time. And I saw the teaser for The Way of Water and I was sold. I was like, yeah, this is it. And I got my tattoo. I'm gonna try and show it. I got my tattoo before the second one even came out.
Oh
this
my
one.
God.
Oh,
I love this one. That's cool.
So you were right back on track with this one.
Yeah. And I remember as a kid, the only time I would think about it, I think I had a few dreams, like right after I watched the first one. And then after I watched the second one, I was like, hell yeah, this is it. Like, I'm sold. And then the reason I started my my TikTok page is on accident. Like, I did not mean to be part of the community at all. But I posted I think it was a video of the Avatar world. And first it had 200 views. And I was like, whatever. I just posted it because, I wanted to post a video about it. And then I think a year or something like that after, I was like, or a few months, I was like, I want to post it again. And it got 7 million views.
What?
And I was like, oh, there is people that want to know about this and that want to talk about this. And I was like, let's do it. And I was really excited about it because I really connect to the spiritual message, and I loved the world of Avatar in Disney. And I started collecting a little bit. I have a few action figures as well. And yeah, I just fell in love with it as well, just like you.
I think that's how I came across you. I think was your TikTok.
Okay. I think so. Yeah.
Those videos of you like trying some food and stuff. And walking
around.
Yeah. I think that's how I found you.
I started my TikTok page before my Instagram one because I was like, again, like it kind of happened. My TikTok page was never an Avatar page. It was just my page because I just loved posting videos. And then a few videos, I was like, damn, like people actually, they keep watching it. And I was like, I should make an Instagram. Like I should have people go there and link like my avatar Instagram instead of my personal one. And it went suddenly from like a couple. I was already at a few thousand because of one viral video that I had one day, and then never again. And within like a few days, I was at 20K, and I was like, what the fuck? And then now I'm at 39.8, and I'm like, okay, I guess people want to watch, and I want to talk about it. So
I love that.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Oh god, mine. It's like, I think I was more in love with the behind the scenes more than like, or before the actual movie. It was, I think it's the second one that I really followed, like the production of it, or kind of like the lead up to the movie. Because I never was like, I was excited for movies, but it was one of those where like I didn't really know they were coming out until you either saw the trailer in theaters or they were like already out. But this one was the second one. I think the first one was like Peter Jackson's King Kong for some reason from like 2005. For some reason I think what it was is I love the Weta team. So I fell in love with the Weta team because of the Lord of the Rings movies. And I rewatched more of the behind the scenes and the making of the Lord of the Rings movies more than like the actual movies. For some reason, like you guys were saying, like Sophie was saying, the behind the scenes, it makes you even appreciate the movies more. So
definitely, I agree with that.
So because I knew like, my new favorite like behind the scenes team for like visual effects and like props and stuff, Weta, is now bringing, it's now going to be part of this upcoming movie from James Cameron that I knew from like Terminator, Aliens. I was like, oh, this sounds like an amazing mashup. And then that initial trailer came out, and I was really sold. I think they showed a little too much in it if you really like go back, but yeah, I was like following the production like just the few months in the lead up to a movie, but I never really did that before. I would get any new magazine that I would find on the stands that would just like give me any new like morsel of information.
You're really there from like
day one.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was like, he's into the old school James Cameron.
He's an OG.
Yeah.
I got into 3D because like I was just reading all about like the 3D innovations that they were doing for this movie, because how I knew 3D before, a lot of us maybe remembered it was like those old red and blue glasses that just never really worked right. But then, just so reading out every innovation that we're doing in this movie, I was like, man. And then finally watching it in IMAX in 3D, that's like, it's still my favorite like movie experience, because it just blew me away. I had never seen a movie in IMAX, let alone like with this type of 3D. And then just the effects were amazing. And then let alone, I love the story. Obviously, over time, people are like, they want to simplify it so much, but it was like he's always saying, it was always simple on purpose. It was kind of like that Trojan horse where it seems simple, but then once you really start getting invested into the world, you start being able to peel back all the different layers that now with the sequels, we're really seeing how many different elements that now you can add, to this story that everybody just kind of brushed off as too simple before. But yeah, that's how I got into it. Like even before the movie came out, I was like, it was one of those where like you already know you're gonna like something. All you need to do is like just watch it. Like I already knew I was gonna love it. I just needed to watch it, and then it blew me away even past what I expected. So yeah,
I think I felt the same about the second movie, which is why I got my tattoo before the second movie came out. Like it was just that single teaser, not even the trailer. And I guess it woke something up in me from childhood watching that and being so in awe of that world. And I was just like you, I was like, I just have to watch this, and I know that I'm gonna love it. And I did. I was so, oh my God, I was so surprised by everything.
Yeah. I think that one hit different too. Like I would say out of the two teasers, the one for the second movie is still, I put that way above. I love this one. Don't get me wrong. Like the one we just got for Fire and Ash. But for the second one, it was like, not only had it been such a long time, but a lot of people they still weren't really returning to theaters yet because we were still coming out of the pandemic in a way. So to see that, and it was like the scenes you were seeing in this teaser were like, you know, like them going into like near the Cove of the Ancestors, so you can see that shot of Kiri, like just the wonder that it was kind of showing you again, where you're like, that's the escapism that we need right now. I think that's why it really connected. A lot of people finally returned to theaters, and it was the perfect escape movie. And you think of the ocean, that's what it really represents to me. It's like when I want to go on vacation, one of the first things I think about is like going to see the ocean, going to the beach. So it, like, I think it was like a perfect mixture. I'm super excited, obviously, for Fire and Ash, but I think that one just hit different.
Something, about that teaser as well. I think one of the things that hit me so much more than this teaser did, or any teaser for any movie, is the music. The music really, it was unlike anything I'd heard, and it wasn't in the soundtrack before, or I can't remember if it was shown in the movie, that teaser music. But it was so, I don't know, it was so captivating. All of it was.
Especially when the first time where all the kids went underwater. It's like the first time, it was like a solid few minutes. And I don't know where I read, but James Cameron said he was like, I wanted to give the audience that. Like, the real, like, true Avatar fans, they will appreciate that, because there were some people, you know, that James worked with that was saying, "Oh, do we need this?" And he was like, "No, I want to give the audience that."
Yes.
There was not one moment in that like few minutes where we're just underwater. There's no dialogue. We're just underwater, experiencing it for the first time. Did I think? What's going on? I was just like, yes.
Yeah, that's it. They shouldn't show you too much, because I think you should be surprised at the end of the day. You're like, what is this? I want to see more of this, and not be like, oh, so that's the story and that's how it's gonna go. And then you're not as invested as if you're like, ooh, what is this, Tonowari?
Well, I also think that movie did a great job at emotionally grabbing us, because I did not go in that movie thinking I would cry, and I was bawling by the end of it. It was a roller coaster. It felt like a 3-act movie in a way. And I think everybody went into it because they remembered the spectacle of Avatar 1. And there is obviously a beautiful message behind that too. But 2 takes you on this almost human, emotional journey that just, for me, it was like I was hit by a truck. I was like, whoa, like, where did this come from? And it left me thinking about it for days. And I was like, I did not know that I wanted this from a movie, but this is what I want from a movie.
Now you know.
I feel like it's always it's that as soon as the film starts to get to that climax, because we had it in A1, we had it in A2, we're definitely, from the trailer, we're going to have it in A3. And that for me is when I'm like peak emotional. Where it's getting to the climax. It's like, oh my god, what is going to happen? And you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen.
The stakes are really high.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with that.
But to be honest, my first time watching the Avatar 3 trailer, especially the music got me, because I was like, that's Avatar music. Yeah, like I was so invested in that music. Like my tears were just rolling down my face because I was so emotional, because I was like, oh my goodness, this is Avatar. Like, I was waiting for it for so long, and hearing this music, and it's building up, and I got chills.
Yeah.
There you go. And then I guess. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, there's a good transition to go into like what were your favorite, or what is your favorite scene from the first movie and then the second one, to see if it's like something similar or if it's something different. Because honestly, for me, now that I think about it, my favorite scene from 1 doesn't really match my favorite scene from 2. They're kind of like polar opposites. Yeah, so I'm interested. Like, Marina, what do you think, looking back, what's your favorite scene from 1 and then maybe from 2?
I think, like, I have so many, to be honest. But one of my absolute favorite scenes in the first movie is Neytiri, like, rescuing Jake in his human form. And then the I see you.
Yeah.
This was like the full circle moment for me.
Yeah, because it's such a vulnerable, honest moment. It's really like they're loving each other in their most pure form.
Exactly. I mean, we all know that Kiri despises humans, and she sees him and still looks at him with all this like love on her face, and you could really see that, and like this pure love. I just
I do like that scene. It is really pure and special.
Yeah.
What about for the second movie? What's your favorite from the second one?
I was thinking about it back and forth, but I remember because I was watching The Way of Water like 18 times in cinema, I think.
Oh my god!
And every time I went there was that one scene after the boys were like fighting and came back to Jake, and he was like, all of that blah blah blah, and then he said, "So what do the other guys look like?" And he was like, Neytiri was like, "Worse," and Jake, "Good." And I was expecting everyone to laugh about it because I was like, are we vibing on this, people? Like, did you just hear that? I think that's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, I like that one. Bring a little bit of like comedy into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Stereotypical Jake from the first movie coming back. Yeah.
Just
he was a little too serious at the start. I like that that was that little moment right there that kind of harkens back to the, the Jake from the first one.
I really loved levity. I really loved Avatar 1 Jake, like the character, the way he presented himself.
Yeah. So Jerry, what were you gonna say about the two scenes that you were talking about?
Oh, I was gonna. I mean, for mine, like for me, like in the first movie, it's the flying scene with Jake and Neytiri, like what do they call it, like the first flight.
I was gonna say the same scene.
Because of exactly what Sophie was saying, where it's those moments where like if a producer's looking at it, and I think Cameron had said that as well, they were like, "Can you cut this out? Like, why do we need this extra flight?" But he's like, "Because I want to see it." And if I want to see it, there's a chance that, basically they want to see it. My fans want to see it. And what I love about it is there's not much dialogue. There is no dialogue. But what it is just these extra moments that just help you get more invested also into the world. Like, yeah, you can edit these out because they're not really necessary for the plot. Oh, wow.
Oh.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. Hey. Emergency.
It's all happening in Barwell, clearly.
But yeah, pretty much that and of course, like, because I watched it with the like that's the one my mother watched, and that was her favorite scene because it was like she was old, she's like a lot older, but coming out of that movie, she was like, that's the scene that made me feel like I was really flying. So that always stuck with me. That she really got invested in it because she didn't even understand the words that we're saying because she's she just speaks Spanish and we were watching it in English, but she still came out of it blown away, and that was her favorite scene because she's like, seeing it in 3D and everything. She's like, yeah, I really felt like I was flying. So that always stuck with me as well.
Yeah, it is. It's adorable.
But then in the second movie, it's I think my favorite one is like the whole Recom Quaritch coming across the body, like his initial body from the first movie.
Interesting.
And that whole dichotomy of it, and then him lifting up his human skull and like all the thoughts that, because he doesn't say anything, but you can just kind of like interject what he like if you were in his shoes, like, can you imagine like coming across this human version of yourself and you're kind of like having to now see like, I'm not that anymore. I'm basically what I hated at the moment that happened to me. And then he crushes the human skull. Just that whole thing, I just felt like he was very Shakespearean, even though there was really no dialogue, but it was just like the dialogue that in my head canon I can interject was like really powerful. So that's mine from the second movie. But they're different. Where it could have been again like when the children go and swim, like kind of like that's how the flying one was in the first movie. But for me, it was more that scene with Quaritch. They're a little different. What about you, Sully?
Oh, I'm literally just thinking. I was like, I don't know actually my favorite from the second. I actually have to like maybe think about it a little bit. But the first, but with both movies, the first is my favorite, purely because we get more screen time of Neytiri. That's the only reason. R.I.P. all the deleted scenes from me too. Anyway, I'll let it go. from A1, it would be the... Actually, no, I do know my one from A2. Sorry, it's all coming to me now. A1 is when they're all preparing to fight. So Jake gives this, he comes back, he's Tonok back to, flying the Inoptrix, and Neytiri forgives him, and he gives this huge speech to the clan, and everyone's just like, the more they're hearing it, what he's saying. And Joe, when Sute's translating, and even Sute's face is like, hell yeah, and then he's translating it to the clan, and then they're getting all their clans, and they're flying, and Neytiri's on the back with Jake, and I'm at the screen, and the adrenaline that goes through me, it's like almost makes me shake. I'm like, let's go. I'm like,
you want to,
I want to see them fighting, and like the in air like fighting that we're also going to see in A3, you know, Na'vi versus Na'vi, which should be interesting. But when it's in air, I just love it. And you know, Neytiri, she's killing people left, right, and center without hesitation. Yeah, I really, really love when it gets to the climax of the movies.
Yeah, true.
And they're fighting. Yeah, the adrenaline that goes through me. And I think A2 is probably going to be a bit of a strange one. So after Ronal finds her spirit sister, Roa, is it Roa?
Yeah.
And then they return to the Metkayina clan to tell them what had happened. And the Metkayina clan are like, oh, we will fight to protect our brothers and sisters, and they all get their tongues out. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
And they like get their tongues, and people in the cinema when that happened,
they laughed.
They were laughing, and
I was like, you don't get it.
I was like,
they don't understand. No.
Yeah, it was like something we hadn't seen before, culture-wise, in the Avatar movies. And it was like, also then again, like I felt like I was one of the clan members, like, yeah, like I'll fight them, like let's go. It's just like those moments like that what I feel involved, because I feel like I'm feeling what they're feeling. I'm like, I'm just as angry, and I'm like, you know, let's go. You know, it's like fight, and I just I'm feeling it right now. And just like the adrenaline that goes through me is just crazy.
So you like fighting? You like fighting?
Motivation.
But it's different though, because when I see other action movies where it's action the whole way through, it just does nothing for me. This is the only film that I've watched where I've really you're quite literally been on the edge of my seat, like, oh my god, like wanting to fight with them. And that's what was made a huge impact on me watching the films, is the feelings and emotions that I get.
It really encapsulates you.
They do a great job, because they get you so invested in the characters and the situation, so that when he like masterfully does those two different scenes in the movie, like you're like, fuck yeah, like I want to, I'm so invested. I hate what the hell just happened. Let's go fight. Like they do it perfectly. Or like you said, the movie has fighting all the time throughout the movie. You're just like, I just don't even care. I didn't get all the prior moments. To get invested, like the time it took before, they're important to get you to this point now in the climax where you're like, oh hell yeah, now I'm invested. And then the music they always add in there as well. You're right, those scenes they're awesome.
Speaking of my favorite scene from the second movie, I'll start with the second and go to the first, because for the first one I was also going to say the flying one, but for the second one, it's actually the last scene. Because the music and the emotions just come together, and I'm like, I'm already crying. I'm like, oh, I want to watch more. Like, what just happened? And I'm trying to process everything. And then we end on the scene where obviously he opens his eyes again after so long, and it just reminds me of the first movie. But that for me is like a climax moment like that, where I'm like, oh my god.
It's like this scene was harder to watch than the actual death, I think. For me, it was like, especially when they're connected, and then there's Neteyam and Jake seeing Jake crying for some reason. And then, I don't know, Neteyam was small, then he's older, and he doesn't know. Oh,
I love that.
That got me so bad.
It crushed me. I was sitting in this theater like, oh no.
Yeah, that really got me as well. But I also think that's life. Like if something happens like traumatic, right, and you're in the moment of it, you're always trying to be in this survival kind of state, and then the emotions hit later. And I think they portrayed that with that scene.
True.
Yeah,
and then for the first one, since I was actually going to say the flying one as well, I have a second one, and it's a deleted scene. It's the one where he takes the, what's it called? And he goes on the spiritual journey, and he becomes
the dream hunt.
Yeah, dream hunt. Dream hunt. That is one of my favorites, and I'm so sad that they didn't put that in, because
it's so psychedelic.
That's something. It's very psychedelic, but it's such a, I think, an insight on what that world actually is, and what it can be.
Yeah.
So that might be my favorite, but I don't know if that counts because it's a deleted scene.
It counts.
No, that's a great one.
There.
That's a great one. Honestly, I didn't even consider the deleted scenes. You're right. Now I'm like,
I
was thinking about it, but I was like, no.
There are so many good deleted scenes, though. There really are.
Yeah. Oh, also in The Way of Water, like the extended scene of Neytiri slaughtering people. I love that one.
I wish they kept it.
It was so good.
Intense in the cinema, but
also when you could see like that. Sorry that I'm so focused on Jake, but like when he was like, "Baby,
don't apologize,"
and took the knife away from her. I was like, why didn't they put this into the damn movie? Like, he was the only one who was able to get through to Neytiri. Like, she hissed at Kiri. Like, he was the only one calming her down a little, maybe wrapping her headspace around. And it was so impactful, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this before, and I felt the opposite with the baby.
Oh, I loved it.
I think you know why? I think I felt just a little bit awkward because Quaritch was there. So, like, when Jake was being like, "Oh, baby," to Neytiri, I was like,
but he didn't say it like that.
No, I know. But I can see where you're coming from. But there isn't there more? Isn't there more? Have we seen a baby in A3 with?
He says it like in the trailer. He says, "You cannot live like this, baby." But in the German version, he doesn't say "baby," and I hate them for it.
Oh my god!
He's just saying, "You cannot live like this." That's what they say, but in German. Or you cannot go on like this. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. I like it in that scene. I feel like it's a very like intimate scene just with them two.
Yeah.
Deep conversations that you feel like you shouldn't really be there for. I feel like that it was nice in that one. Definitely.
Yeah. Good.
Nice.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Finally.
But no, I think we could go on for 8 favorite scenes. Definitely. There are so many that point out.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, it was hard to choose for sure.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can keep talking about scenes and moments and like.
Then we're gonna end up resuming the whole movies.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I guess the only other favorite thing we need to touch on is like our favorite piece of merch that we have either acquired already or is on the way to be acquired, soon to be acquired.
Mine right here.
So then we'll start with Robin.
Go on, Robin.
You go.
Look at the size of that.
Yeah, it's
look at my head. And also,
I didn't see your hand.
I have
saw total.
Yeah. It's supposed to. I don't know if you can see this, but it's supposed to be able to open its mouth when I pull the legs, and then make a noise.
Oh wow!
Mine is secondhand, so mine doesn't work anymore. But the reason I like that, and I have a little tiny version as well from the Kinder Egg.
I have it right over there on my tree.
The reason I love it is because I want to see it in 3. I really, really want that Phoenix symbol. Because in my mind, fire and ash, and then the logo, it looks like a phoenix. I'm like, this is such a great opportunity for the Turu to just, when all, like I said, I've said this so many times, but
don't worry, I know what you're going to say.
You know. When all hope is lost and it's ashy and there's death. I love that you know this.
I know it. What are you gonna say?
And then you see the Toruk just like rise in the distance, and then that's the hope, you know? That's a phoenix rising from the ashes. And I hope that we're gonna see that. I want to see that. I can see it.
That's manifested.
Yes. And then I will get a Toruk tattoo on this arm.
Oh.
To have it matched.
There you go. You're like, you put it in the movie, I'll put it on my skin. There you go. Yeah, please don't make us wait until like 4 or 5 to see Taruk again. That would be way too long.
Or just never. Just imagine we're not going to see him again.
Don't you put that into the...
No, just hypothetically speaking, I wouldn't say that.
Let me cover his ears.
Yeah, no. He needs to return. Yeah,
because he doesn't have the voice.
Yeah, I bet they're trying to make us forget, and we're like, we'll never forget, because you know what? On the final movie, he might rise again. Be like, how we tricked you? Like, no, we were just waiting for it.
Like, I'm pretty sure they see what's going on in the community and they get what we want. Do you remember when the game came out and everyone was simping over Sotlek, and suddenly Frontiers posted a Sotlek edit because they said, "Oh yeah, we are seeing what you're posting."
Yeah, they keep an eye on everything.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I think that's why he said he had 100% decided to make Loak the narrator for the second movie, because he saw the reception that Loak got from the second one.
You mean
so I guess he was, I don't know if he was between a couple characters or something, but he's like, oh no, we're gonna add a little more Loak into the movie, and like it'll be the start of finally having other narrators other than Jake.
I'm so curious for that.
It doesn't mean anything bad for Jake.
I love Loak, to be honest.
Because usually the narrator opens and closes the movie. I hope it's not because Jake's not going to make it out by the end of the third.
No. We don't say this.
You don't say that. Oh my God.
Jerry, don't break my heart, please.
But no, I'm really intrigued. I think I spoke about this in one of my post on Instagram. I'm so intrigued because it's going to be from his perspective, so not an adult's perspective, a child's perspective, which is going to be really interesting. And like you said, I wonder how he will open the film, because like you said, it would, if it's Loak, he's going to be opening and closing the film, so I wonder how he's going to do that. Maybe speak about the loss of the tame at the start, maybe it's really going to be the scene we have in a trailer. The first one.
I was going to mention that too. I think so, like a flashback.
Probably very sullen and guilt ridden in the like opening, but hopefully maybe the demeanor has changed by the end of the movie, you know, with what happens during the movie, hopefully.
And I wonder if Loak's going to be the one opening his eyes at the end.
I hope they're going to do this again, that somebody's opening his eyes in the end. I'm pretty sure it has to be Loak then, because
they should.
Yeah, if he's the I was about to say the moderator. I mean the narrator. And I hope sorry guys, last thing. I hope that because it's through Loak's perspective we're going to see more of his parents, because especially as you said, Sophie, like Neytiri wasn't. She was like in the water for once or twice. And you didn't really see much of her just like by the end of the movie, and maybe that changes because we're gonna see it like from Loak's perspective. That's what I really hope.
I think I think the teaser already kind of makes it seem like we'll see a lot more of her, because it seems like she's gonna be on a character arc in the third movie, with the whole like the line that you like, you know, like you can't continue like this and hate. She's definitely gonna have like a grieving process because of Netayam, and I think she's gonna have a big journey in this movie. So that's great, because that was a big complaint from people. It's like not enough Neytiri in the second movie, but I guess like you said, it was because it was always like a giant movie that they broke up. So maybe if you would have put all these pieces together from the second and third, there would have been enough Neytiri. But I guess because they had to split it, then it kind of seemed like kind of skimped out on her in the second movie, even if it wasn't intentional, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
I think they do confirm it in the Empire magazine, don't they? That it's going to delve more into her.
Yeah, true. Like the first thing they revealed.
I'm pretty sure they did say.
That's a good segue.
Oh, I didn't show the other ones. Marina's favorite merch piece is this one right here. Obviously, she's talking about Jake so much, but yeah.
And the lighting.
Jake in the morning light. Yeah, this was the morning light coming through the window. Isn't he gorgeous?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's my most expensive piece and the one that I waited the longest for.
And Marina, how big is that action figure?
Keep it on screen. I'll return in a second, and then we can skip to my camera.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's gonna grab Jake and his muscles.
Do you have this one as well, Sophie?
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I would love it though. I would.
Which ones do you have?
From what, like Jake statues?
Well, is this a McFarlane statue or is this Hot Dogs?
This is Iron Studios.
Are you ready?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I have it.
Oh
god! And then the lighting you have. Oh god! Just calm down.
Oh yeah.
The shadow. That's funny.
Yeah, the shadow as well.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, compared to, he's huge. And I love it.
It is a really good size, to be fair. Yeah. And the base, I feel like it really makes an impact. Yeah.
Oh, dang. The detail. That's awesome.
I love the fish.
I feel
like this one is better than the one they did for Neytiri. Like, this is accurate.
Yeah, this is very, very accurate. And what I first noticed was the muscle definition. Like, it's not too much, but it's... Okay, Robin, stop. I like muscle.
She's like, of course.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
But no, like, he's got his glutes. I want those glutes. Like, Jake, what are you doing? But no, I feel I agree with you that they did a better job on Jake on this specific one than Neytiri. Yeah. I feel like Neytiri's facial features were a little bit off.
Okay.
But so Jake here looks perfect.
Do we think we're gonna get Varang?
Oh, I hope. This
definitely. Yeah.
Like
we know we're getting a McFarlane Varang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Put some
I remember the teaser. Yeah.
But I think 100% they'll do like a more expensive version. 100%. No doubt about it. They will definitely do.
And when we get to your favorite, I won't spoil it yet, but when we get to your favorite, if they make a Varang version of that, that's all I'll say. I'm copying that for sure.
You're gonna give your kidneys.
But we'll save yours because I think that one's just incredible. We'll save the best for last.
Our pockets will be empty.
I'll just go real
Imagine
quick.
having that.
It's not really a figure or a statue, but I love the souvenir program from the Taruk, the first flight. Obviously, it's a show we can't really go see anymore, which is tragic. I did just discover that Marina actually has the movie. Like, you can basically watch, like professionally filmed. They so you can watch the whole show in movie form in a way. Yeah, which is amazing. But
I didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna watch it with Romina when she's coming to me for the Avatar concert in September, and then we're gonna watch it together for the first time.
Nice. But yeah, I love this one. It was gifted to me by a friend in the community as well. But yeah, just the fact that like it just expanded the world that we knew from the first movie, because at the time that's all we had. This was obviously before Way of Water and everything that we know now. So I love that there was this expansion and it went all the way in the past, and how when me and Robin covered it on streams, how we kept theorizing like, is this volcano theme going to come back? There's a lot of elements that are like a volcano, is kind of coming back in a way. We were always playing that scenario, like, is what we're going to get in the movies, like, if things didn't turn out right, like they do by the end of this, this show here, where everything does, get fixed. And then obviously you get introduced to N2, which prominently features now even in Frontiers of Pandora. And he looks like the outfit they give him, like you can kind of see it there on the cover. The outfit that he has there is basically what they the outfit they gave the character in the digital model. So yeah, I mean, that's my favorite piece of merch. It's not a statue or a figure, but
I
it's
like it
kind
a
of
lot.
it was something that at the time
Unique.
it expanded. It gave us a lot more clans that we didn't know about. It was just cool to kind of what they did with that one, like set way in the past.
I'm not very like clued up on this. So was this like a show, like a production, like what? I honestly have no idea about this, and maybe some of the audience that are watching feel the same as me. But
are you aware of? Do you know Cirque du Soleil?
No.
Do you know they're a very famous. I guess they are a circus, right, Jerry?
Yeah, I mean it's called cirque. So
okay.
Yeah. So they're a traveling act, and they do these high-end performances. So sometimes it's like a different theme, like these movies. But other times it's just like, I don't know, like ocean or whatever. And it's like a spectacle. It's really, really, really beautiful. So I think they chose Avatar because Avatar itself, like the first movie, was a spectacle as well. And yeah, it's like a circus, I guess, that it's more like a big theater act with lights and really, really impressive stunts. And they chose to do Avatar.
Right. And what year was that they did that? Did that go over several years?
It was like
2000.
I would say like in between the movie releases, so maybe like 5 or 6 years after the first movie, something like that. And then it ran for a couple years, I think. Yeah.
Because I know you guys, obviously, you spoke about it in like past streams and that, but I was like, am I the only one that hasn't heard of this?
I heard of it, but I never watched
like
it.
in Las Vegas, like Cirque du Soleil is always like they always have shows that you can go see.
Yeah.
And they're just like these elaborate shows, like she was saying, with like stunt performers and they give a story, but like as they're performing it. So it's great because like the scenes keep transitioning, but it's like it just happens all live, like right in front of you. Like you won't even notice.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wow, like they'll trick you to look over here while they change the scene in the darkness over here. So then everything seamlessly just flows, just tells a complete story. And it was pretty much of the time that a Na'vi rode Taruk for the first time in a time of like when in they were like really in need. I think volcano was erupting and the lava was threatening the spirit tree, right? Or the tree of souls, something like that.
Yeah,
Tree of Souls, I think.
Yeah, from the Metkayina, and so because I guess that's where N2 originated from, and now you know him from Frontiers, where he then founded like his own type of clan that is revealed. Like that's what you are, the Sarentu, in the Frontiers. So, but yeah, it was a pretty awesome one, and it was like you went on a quest. It was like they had to collect these totems or these artifacts from different clans, so you got to meet and see different clans throughout the show. It was pretty awesome. Now we see them in like Frontiers, but before we had a video game, like there was that show.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Is there anything on YouTube of it?
Yeah,
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
You know what I'm doing after this.
But you can watch like I think they put together like a highlights package, so it's not the full show. Like Marina has, I think it's like a 2-hour show or something. But they have like a condensed 40-minute version. But it looks awesome. But yeah, you can watch that on YouTube. Yeah.
But
I'm
also,
definitely gonna check that out.
watching your stream really helped me getting into the story because I remember seeing the stream where you were talking about it, and it was really interesting. And so I watched it, and then after that, I went on eBay, and it was the only one DVD available, and I got it for a reasonable price.
Ooh.
I was so lucky.
Nice. Love an eBay find.
Yeah, if it works out.
Oh yeah, 100%. Most of my collections are eBay and vintage finds, all secondhand, pretty much.
And then Sophie's, which I think is just
You know your collection.
such an amazing piece.
One.
So there's 2 images for her. First, this is it right here. Like, come on.
So this is the sideshow new Neytiri bust that I think a lot of people have already, but unfortunately the UK is the last on the list to be shipped to. And then Joe, if you go to the next slide, it just shows a comparison of the original bust that Sideshow did when the 2009 film came out, which I think is still very beautiful, but in comparison, I feel like it does not compare.
It does not look like Neytiri.
No. I feel like the accuracy on this one, I feel like this the photo on the right of the newer one.
Yeah.
Don't think she's.
Oh my god.
I think maybe she doesn't look too edited in these. I was a bit concerned during the advertising photos that she was like highly edited, but I think the one on the right is from a video. So I don't actually think it's been edited at all. So she will hopefully look like this. And she's actually shipping tomorrow.
Oh, exciting.
She's so shipping tomorrow. And it's one of those, because I ordered this last year, July. And it's one of those where you feel like it's never going to arrive.
Yeah.
Like, have I been scammed? Like, Sideshow,
I waited
please.
1 year for Jake. So I get it.
So I'm so excited, and I think there's some really good unboxing videos on YouTube. I think there's 2 on there so far, and it just looks like incredible. And she looks huge as well compared to this lady.
Yes,
this lady is either very, very small.
Supposed to be life size, right? Like that's like 1-to-1 scale. Wow.
Yeah, so like when I put my face next to her, like that is literally what she would look like. And Neytiri is my favorite character. I resonate with her deeply, and just to look her in the eye, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
it's gonna be amazing.
And the close-up
ones
are just really stunning, because even on the face, even the scarring that she has, like they did that. Like you maybe can't see it here really well, but if you get really close, her little scars that she has like above the eyebrow, it's incredible. Yeah,
the accuracy is crazy, and I'm pretty sure her eyes are made of glass, so she's got glass eyes. It's all real. It's all real silicone, and her hair is real. And
I've seen hair. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I've seen on one of the YouTube videos. Apparently, the kuru is actually just as long as it would be if she was standing up.
Oh my god!
I'll send it to you guys later. But in this YouTube video, he's just showing how long this piece of hair is, and it's like never ending. It's so long. So I feel like that was a really nice thing to put in there, though.
A touch, really nice touch.
Because that's actually how long it would be if she was standing up.
That's insane.
You got to make so many videos about this, because you can actually show people what it would be like to see a Natfi in person like that. Compare.
The content that I will get just from this book is going to be like insane. I have so many plans on how I'm going to do it, and there's so many people out there that collect these sorts of busts, but like every single bust there is, like Avengers and Lord of the Rings.
You're gonna invite us
that.
all to your house to take selfies with you and Neytiri.
Marina, the blow-up bed is waiting in the Avatar room. It's waiting.
Oh yeah, sure. I know. You invited me already. I can't wait to come.
You're gonna sleep with her staring at you.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
But also, a really lovely feature about this bust as well is that the Avatar lights up.
Oh.
So you get two different features. So like a blue and then a light blue, and then she's also her bioluminescent dots all glow.
They glow, right?
I was just gonna ask that. Oh my god,
that's incredible. This is gonna be better than like the one they were actually showing. I mean, obviously it was early on, like they did it for the first movie, but they kind of show always at these exhibits. They show off a bust of Neytiri that they made for like the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like leagues ahead of it, and you'll have this in your home. Like this is like a centerpiece for an exhibit.
Yeah,
like that's incredible. Because even the articles of clothing here are, if I'm not mistaken, like it seems like they will be actually like handcrafted, like if they were really making them, right? Kind of like how Weta does it with the props, where they say everything you see the characters wear in the movie, we did have like weavers create it. Obviously, you just see a digital version on screen. You'll get to touch like the real, pieces of clothing
That's
there,
so
like the one around her
cool.
neck
Yeah,
will
just
look
literally
incredible.
just like that, Jerry. And you know what? I know that there's a handful of pre-orders for this bust that come with her visor. And I won't know if I am one of these people who has pre-ordered it, because apparently it was like before a certain date you had to pre-order by to get this visor, and I don't know that date, so I won't know until I open her up if I get that visor or not. Either way, she does look beautiful as she is. But like you said, I would love to put this visor on my head. I would love to see if it would fit, because when I first started my Instagram, the Disney ears and the Disney visor was like my look. I don't know if you guys would know.
Yeah. I remember that.
I was always wearing my ears with this visor, and I absolutely loved it. So to have like an actual Neytiri visor,
that's full circle.
Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah.
It'll be amazing. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to add this to my collection. I'm so excited. Amazing. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too, and I don't even get it.
You were there when I bought it. I remember messaging you like, "Oh my god, Marina!"
Yeah, I remember
the damage.
Yeah, and I was like, "You did a good job."
Yeah, but it was not an easy decision at all. I was umming and ahhing about it for so long, but she was just all I was thinking about. And you know what? I know whenever I look at her, I see Zoe Saldana, and I love Zoe Saldana. I love her acting. I love what she stands for. So to look at this bust and actually see a bit of her as well, and I'm hoping to maybe get her attention a little bit on Instagram. Ooh. I'm going to try my best to get her attention.
We're going to push it.
I think you might. I think you have a good chance.
At least, like you said, it was pricey, but like you said, you really connect to the character. And this accuracy here, it's like you literally can't get any better. So it this is like the end all be all of Neytiri collectibles. Like if you have this, like you're good.
Yeah, you have it all. Like
it's like do you know those like worth it. That side of like fashion genre, people buy a Birkin. I buy a Neytiri figure.
Yeah.
I totally feel you. Yeah.
It's like an investment, because no doubt, I mean, I never collect things to make money off them, but no doubt she will just skyrocket her pricing over the next few movies.
I saw somebody on eBay already trying to sell this for $20,000.
Yeah. I've seen some on some websites that are just like charging insane prices. Like
and just
quadruple what she costs.
Just imagine buying this only for reselling it. Like, ugh.
I know. I bet there is so many people.
They're just waiting for it to be out of stock, out of print, because they already have the prices up that they're gonna want. Even though you can still get this at like a retail price right now, but they know it's gonna go. And
Sideshow actually did an advertisement about the eBay wars. I think they said they were advertising this, and they said something like, avoid eBay bidding by pre-ordering now, something like that. So they're aware.
That's really smart. That's pretty marketing.
They're aware.
May I ask how much you paid for it?
So
I'm curious because there's so much handcraft work in it.
Yeah, so in Great British pounds, she's £2,182.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. However,
Oh no.
I mean, I only found this out the other day, guys. So I'm still processing it myself. The shipping from, obviously she's coming from the US to the UK, and the shipping that I've had to pay on her is 414 Great British pounds.
Oh my god.
Which was a lot more than what I was expecting. I was expecting about 200. But I think Marina told me about I don't know a lot about this, Marina, but the tax and the shipping has changed in the US, or
the tariffs and all that stuff. Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's just fell after that. Maybe if it's shipped a month prior, it wouldn't be so pricey.
Yeah.
But there's no going back, guys. It's right.
No,
I lose my money, and I lose the item, you know. And it's an investment.
Yeah.
And
in the long run, the what you did spend on it, you know, once you recoup it, it's just you won't even remember that part of it anymore. It hurts right now, obviously, because you're like, oh, my wallet can use those 2,500 pounds, but in the future, years from now, you're just gonna like you have this piece that's just gonna be, you know, forever.
Yeah, you're gonna be so happy.
Exactly, but for people, because I didn't have this money to fork out. I know a lot of people, when I posted about this, how are you affording this? How are you affording your collection? Well, Sideshow, they actually offer monthly payments, which are a lot more doable than doing it all in one go. So I think it's spread out, and also if you do the monthly payment, you can pause them 3 times. So if you can't manage, so for me it was like chunks of £500 over 4 months, just over like 4 months. So that was quite doable for me. And I did take advantage of like the pausing 3 times, because obviously you never know what sort of like financial situation that you're going to end up in 4 months' time. Sorry. So this is really, really useful, and it's also interest free as well. I'm sounding like an advert here, but I'm just
absolutely not.
I'm just explaining that it is doable with these options, because I know a lot of people, which I am one of those people, don't have that, you know, nearly, you know, shy of £3,000 to just throw at a figure. So exactly, they do offer options that is doable if this is something that you really, really want, and it is for me. So yeah, I'm really looking
I've even done that with their Hot Toys. Like when the Sideshow puts up like the Hot Toys figures of them, I even did the payment plan for that, because even then I'm like, even $600, I'm like, I don't just have that just lying around. Like
they're
you
still
know,
pricey, even smaller figures.
So even then I'll break it up and just make it like $100 a month payment. I'm like, that sounds so much better. You know, it's like you're gonna wait for this anyways. Like they put it up for pre-order like a year, like you said, like you kind of pre-ordered this last year, and I think it's for that too. It gives the people that, for example, are going to do the payment plan to have all the time to make the payment, so that when they do start shipping, you pretty much kind of paid it off by then anyways. It's like
I do want to be transparent about, though, you know, that side of it, because I'm just a regular girl, guys. I'm just like everyone else. I don't have thousands in the bank that I'm spending on, you know, on merch and stuff. So, you know, I suppose I want people to relate to me in that aspect.
I totally see you. Yeah.
I see you.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I did not even mean to say it like that, but that works.
Yeah, but it's quite fitting. I mean, why not?
So stay tuned for this, guys, over on the Instagram.
I'm so excited for you.
Oh man,
yeah,
we'll be there.
Too. Cannot wait for all the content.
Yeah, gosh, it's gonna be so emotional.
We're just gonna have you on stream live, like unpacking.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, definitely. No, I will do an unboxing. I will definitely. If I'm not crying my eyes out, I'll do an unboxing.
Even if you are, we want to see it.
Yeah, just sobbing. Like, I'll probably cut that bit out, guys. Yeah. Thank you for letting me share that, Jerry.
Of course. That piece is incredible, and like I wonder, you know, are they going to do any for Fire and Ash, and what characters we would like? I would like a Varang, but I'm surprised they didn't do a Jake. So maybe this time they will do a Jake. Like,
do you remember?
Yeah, you said that, didn't you? That you'd like a Jake bust.
Yeah,
of course I did. I also said I would sell my kidneys for it, but I'm not sure about that.
No, do the payment plan. Do the payment.
I'm gonna do that. No worries.
You can pause 3 times.
But what I was trying to say. Do you guys remember that Iron Studios actually announced that they're going to make something for Fire and Ash?
Yeah, Iron Studios, yeah. Those are the ones that did those great ones too, where it had Jake on like a skim wing, And then so that was like the top half of it, and then the bottom gave you like an underwater scene. I think it had Kiri like holding onto the Elu.
Is Iron Studios and Prime Studio, are they separate or are they the same thing?
Isn't yours Infinity Studios?
Oh wait, no, you're right. I'm confusing the Prime with the Iron. You're right. I'm sorry.
So they are separate.
So many studios, yes.
Yeah, because I have Iron Studios. The Jake that I have is from Iron Studios. And I think they were announcing Fire and Ash. But now I'm confused. Now I'm not sure.
Well, it's the Prime. They're like diorama figures, aren't they, Jerry? Like
yes, almost like diorama. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very in depth. But I have not seen anyone do like an unboxing of these
of that one. Yeah.
Or of any of the Prime Studio ones. I think because they are so expensive. Because they are quite. They're not too big, but they're very, very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
very in depth. I think that's where that price mark is coming from. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone own any of these Prime Studio ones.
Yeah, because I've only seen like the production photos. Like you said, I haven't seen any videos. Maybe I'll have to search again, but maybe they haven't released. Who knows? But yeah, they announced they are going to do some for Fire and Ash, so that's going to be interesting. Because this one had the whole him on top of the water riding the skim wing. And then it gave you kind of like a scene underwater with Kiri holding onto the Elu like she did in the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what would it be for Fire and Ash? Like if they're going to continue like the dichotomy, maybe a Wind Trader thing at the top and then maybe an Ash thing below, something like that.
There's endless ideas for Fire and Ash. Like, my God. Because I know, so obviously we're getting the new McFarlane Recon Quaritch. But I wonder if we'll get something with him all in his Manquan paint. That would be really cool. Or maybe both of them together, because we don't know what their relationship's going to be like yet.
I'm so excited, to be honest.
They're really going to just vibe as villains, or if there's going to be a little bit of romance in there. Like, so maybe we will get.
I hope for that, to be honest. So a little bit of spice.
McFarlane's giving us both, because right now you can pre-order the one from like the second movie. But they did in that tease that they kind of showed you like little snippets of upcoming figures for the Fire and Ash line. There's him in that paint, so like they'll release that version of him too. So that's gonna be awesome.
Well, the new McFarlane one of Quaritch, that's a lot more on the pricey side, isn't it? Reaching like
it seemed like all of a sudden because I was like, none of these were like, for me over here it says $200. I thought it was a mistake. Yeah. I was like, oh, the guy that put this up right now that made it go live, he hit the wrong button or something. There's no way this is $200. What is this, the Hot Toys figure? Like,
yeah, I was quite shocked. And after putting all my collection away today, actually holding the McFarlane figures again, they are a toy. They're not. A piece where you put on a display. They are a toy, and they've got all these They've got 22 moving parts. They've got all these different features. And as soon as seeing that price for a toy, because it is branded as a toy, I was shocked. I mean, I know it's got a different base. It's got a bit of like a diorama.
Yeah, they try to be like, oh, look at the base and more accessories. But come on.
Which I'm happy they changed the base, because I don't know about you guys, but I do struggle. I have it here. Here it is. These bases are awful.
So girl, that reminds me of something. You know, Abby just texted me yesterday. She came home and her Jake with the Ikran was laying on the floor, and she was like, "Oh my God, Sophie told me, and now it happened."
Yeah, my top shelf up here. I'm sat in bed, and all of a sudden, the Ikran's come to life and trying to fly, and it just fell. Its wing broke. No, guys, these figures are like 70
pounds.
Yeah, he's doing the first flight again. But it's been like the 15th time since you've fallen down, Jake.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seal the bond, I guess.
No, clearly not. But yeah, these bases
can't have a gust of wind in this damn house for these things. Oh my God.
But yeah, so I was happy to see this new base, because these are just shit. They're honestly just awful. For such a heavy figure, look at that
Todd McFarlane, I hope you watch this stream.
That's going to hold that huge, heavy figure.
This looks like a CD.
No, I agree. Physics-wise, it does not really add up.
No, and I had to buy a second bob So I have a broken bob.
Maybe they forgot we have like Earth gravity and not like Pandoran gravity here.
I spoke to this new bob and I was like, if you try go flying, no, we're gonna have problems.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I'm happy to see the new base rather than this shit. But still, it is a very, very pricey figure.
Yeah, now he's like, now you're gonna pay for that damn base. It's like, all right, what the hell?
Like, okay, so can I buy that and then you just put 3 extra ones in there for me because it's how and they haven't said anything about it. Like, I do read the comments. It's like, you know, my base is broke, and you know, I've spoken to other people that the base is broke, and they just don't say anything. It's like, who approved this? Honestly, I would love to know. I'm getting very riled up, but I would love to know who approved this because it's so stupid.
Somebody that's not actually trying to display it like that.
Yeah, just so silly. Anyway,
just when they shot the photos and then they just took it down. So
yeah. So,
that's hilarious.
Sorry, that was like a little mini rant from me there.
No, you're good.
That was cute. I enjoyed that.
Better warn those people.
Yeah, so annoying.
Oh my god. But yeah, speaking of the third movie, I guess we can go over or try to go through this if we have all the time to do it. The cover story from the most recent Empire magazine. We do have one coming out next week, but that one's not out yet.
Oh yeah.
We do have one little story or like one little thing they did share. Yes, that one right there. The last. There you go. God, everybody has.
Yeah, and I got the Dylan Cole one as well, but I don't know where
you did
I have
get the one with the great art.
It's somewhere. It's still packed and sealed, I guess.
There you go. But yes.
Did you order this on the same? Sorry, did you order this on the same one as you ordered?
eBay from UK.
Because I now need to find this one with the Dylan Cole concept art. I need that because isn't that the front cover?
The Dylan Cole one is an extra cover, like you have it on the front cover then.
Yeah. I need that.
Yeah.
I need it, definitely.
It's nice. I can guarantee that.
But I love what it speaks about in this. It spoke about some very, very good topics. And like it said, it is the only closest thing that we can get to fire and ash at the moment.
Yeah, this was a really good, like this was packed of new information.
Yeah, and I loved how, obviously, I don't know how many days that they spent with James Cameron, but in the sections where it's like blue and they were asking, it was just like a question answer.
I think we're going to go through it, right?
Yeah, are we going through it?
Want to get into it?
Yeah, I can read through it. I'll try to.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of reading, but I can try to read through it. You guys can maybe even follow along in your magazine since you guys have them. I tried to do the thing where like I put the text on screen like Robin and I have done before, but this was a cover story, so this was multiple pages of text, so that would just been too many slides for me to create. And I was like, I ain't doing all that. What we will do is put the appropriate picture that they shared in the article as we're reading. So obviously, starts with they spent, I think they said, a couple days with James Cameron. So we'll start with that. It's called A Trip to the Moon. So that's what the cover story is called. Nobody makes cinema like James Cameron, and to prove it, he invites Empire to shadow him for 48 hours. He's like, you only get 48 hours, and then you got to get the hell out. As he completes his most ambitious movie yet, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Oh man. Now I ruined that. Hold on to your Ikran. That's what it says. All right, so James Cameron's ears are burning. It's a Monday morning in late June, and in the Mixed Theater 2 of Park Road Post, a pristine post-production facility in Wellington, New Zealand, the most successful director in the history of Earth, standing laser-focused, ramrod straight, is watching the first trailer for his new movie, Avatar: Fire and Ash, unspool on a giant screen. The imagery is, of course, utterly spectacular. Giant stingray-like creatures tug galleons through the air. Lizardy Ikran whoosh past the camera like dragonflies. New Navi antagonist Varang, adorned with a bristly red headdress, hisses the climactic line, "Your goddess has no dominion here." The thunderous audio blasting out of 7 big speakers on each wall subsides. Silence settles over the room. A line of people at a long mixing desk, some of the most brilliant technical minds Hollywood has to offer, swivel to look at Cameron. I figured out what it is, he tells them. This music sucks.
I loved that bit when I saw that. I was like, so brutal, but so real.
Yeah, it was like,
where's Simon Franklin? Let's throw him under the bus. Simon!
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Sorry.
He's like, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that, Mr. Cameron.
Yeah, he's like, I'm pretending they're not going to just take a picture of me right now.
It's him like, this music sucks.
Yeah, Jerry, say what he says next.
Let's see. So just keep reading? Okay. Being James Cameron, the most hyper-articulate, precise, non-pussyfooting director there is. Oh my god. This article writer, they're right on, dude. This verdict is followed by 3 more detailed pieces of feedback.
Yeah, listen.
It's kind of funny that it's simultaneously bombastic and bland, just like Simon Franklin's hair. It sounds like the fucking mic got stuck in a vacuum cleaner. Dang! I think I heard a Harrier AV-8B engine once that sounded about that differentiated. Oh my god.
When it says, there's laughter all around. Like, when I was reading this, I felt like I was there, like, laughing with them all. Like,
poor Simon. Oh no. I hope Simon wasn't there.
Yeah, but I do love that though, when he feels that something is not right, like
well, then he's just like, no, that sucks, like let's do it again.
But you know what, you have to do that, because honestly, when it comes to stuff like movies like these, like, that's how he's such a perfectionist that you almost can't be beating around the bush. He just kind of, he's always been like that. He's always just been very direct, and I think that's how he gets it done the way he knows he wants it done. And sometimes, like, it could seem, either rude or something, but it's just like, it just comes with the... Yeah. Oh my God. That's crazy. All right, let's keep going. So there's laughter all around. The offending sounds, it transpires, have come from a trailer house. Composer Simon Franklin gets on the case, coming up with something better. Oh, so Simon, this wasn't you. We apologize. It was just a random trailer house. Oh no. Poor Simon. We oh god, we shoved him under the bus.
He's fine then. He knows that he did a good job.
So he gets on the case, coming up with something better. Cameron bids goodbye to the room. Guys, you can just go back to adult activities. I don't need to know. What happens on the mixing stage stays on the mixing stage. Let's see. And turns to find some delicious looking food laid out on the table. He's tempted, but discipline kicks in. What is this cover? This is amazing.
This is so funny, isn't it?
Good, but I'm cleansing. And with that, he heads out of the room fast. Empire scrambling to keep up. He has a world to finish building again. This is an incredible beginning to this.
Yeah, isn't it? Like, this is so hilarious.
And you know how I read that? I read it like, this stuff looks good, but I'm cleansing. Like that's how I sort of read it,
Oh god. James Mr. Vegan Cameron. Oh my god.
He's such a
I remember like that little behind the scenes when they were starting to shoot 2 and 3 back to back. He's like, guys, you're gonna have to, I think it was either you had to commit or you had to eat. He made the whole crew eat, I think, 1 vegan meal a day. I think it was 1.
Wow. Yeah.
So for the other ones, you could choose whatever you wanted, but I think he forced them to eat at least 1 vegan option a day, because obviously he's just all about the vegan option. So, I mean, that's good. That's cool.
This like James that we're seeing here. It's so funny to like read that he's like this and see like behind the scenes, because when I saw him in London when they played the first Avatar film at the Royal Albert Hall, and they did an interview beforehand. Like, as soon as he walked out, you could just tell he was trying to act so professional.
Yeah.
And like, I'm here to do a job and then to leave. And I'm just looking at him like, but I've seen the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I've seen what you're really like. And then to see him standing right behind me as well. He watched the movie with everyone in there.
Oh wow!
And I literally turn around and he's there, and Sigourney Weaver's there, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. But yeah, when he was doing that, I was like, this is not you, James. This ain't you.
No.
And the way he was eating the popcorn, like.
yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yeah, they even said he was like a lot worse, like in the from Titanic back, like he was a lot worse. Like Kate Winslet had said, like she was probably never gonna work for him again because just how hard he is and how blunt he is. But now you appreciate that, now as she's grown up, she appreciates that's just what sometimes you like we said, like you have to do that. And I mean, his movies speak for themselves. I mean, the box office stuff, the quality of them. So he's doing something right, even though he's tempered down a little bit, but as we see here, not too much.
He has a vision and a standard.
Exactly.
Definitely. Like when you watch a film, you just know it's a James Cameron's film.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, let's continue. These blinds are going to come down. They'll go up again in about 4 months. A few minutes later, Cameron is in his personal cutting room. I think it's this one here. A sparsely decorated space down the hall. For 2 days, he's invited Empire into the nerve center that is Avatar HQ to shadow him for the official start of post-production here. Although with the film like this, it's really been going on for years. From now until November, Cameron will spend his time bouncing between sound mixing, visual effects reviews, and in the original Avatar, ex-Marine Jake Sully, toggling between bodies, mused. Everything is backwards now. Like out there is the true world, and in here is the dream. You wonder if Cameron and his post-production crew, eyeballing transmissions from Pandora all day, will soon be feeling the same. Today, as usual, the director woke at 5 a.m. An hour later, he was doing Filipino martial arts. Oh my god!
Okay.
Sparring with a stunt guy. In I hope I'm saying this right. In Cali, there is a thing called Heaven 6. I was working on that stance this morning, he tells us. My instructor is in LA. I trained with him when I lived there, and by Zoom, he talks us through the moves. It works pretty well. These bouts presumably alleviate some of the pressure one feels when attempting to follow up the biggest and third biggest movies in history. Cameron also likes to let off steam by bowling. Wonderfully, he was introduced to the sport by Kiss bassist Gene Simmons, whom he met on a commercial flight between LA and New York. That's a true bit of trivia, Cameron confirms. We just kind of hit it off. He invited me to his birthday party, and for some reason, he took me under his wing and took an hour out from all his guests to teach me how to bowl. Last summer, look, we're getting these little tidbits. Oh, because I didn't read this until now. This is amazing. Last summer, for his own birthday, his 70th, Cameron's wife, Susie, offered to fly people over to New Zealand for a grand party. I said, let's just go bowling. Cameron laughs. Fuck it. Let's get drunk and bowl. Right now, though, the filmmaker does not seem to be in immediate need of stress-busting activities. He's a veteran of gnarly post-productions. On Titanic, he famously kept a razor blade taped to his editing computer next to a note that said, "Use in case the film sucks." Oh my god. Jesus. The first two Avatars were no picnics either. Mad races to finish the eye-popping visuals in time. On Fire and Ash, he's in better shape, with approximately 3,600 visual effects shots in total. Over 2,000 have already been approved. At a certain point, you put away the razor blade, he says. I feel like we're past peak pain. 2009's Avatar set the scene. Human Jake Sully, played by Sam Worthington, went rogue, escaping cruel, greedy humans to go native on the faraway moon of Pandora. Let me put a picture of Jake while we're doing that.
Oh yeah, good idea.
You had one job, Marina. Escaping cruel, greedy humans to go native on the faraway moon of Pandora, falling in love with the blue, 9-foot-tall Neytiri, played by Zoe Saldana. 2022's Avatar: The Way of Water, complicated matters, introducing a family for the star-crossed lovers. plus a new clan of aquatic aliens and talking whale-like creatures called the Tulkun. Fire and Ash, which picks up 2 weeks after the events of The Way of Water, turns up the heat on all the heroes, setting them against a clan of brutal Na'vi called the Ash. The film, which Cameron says is morally complex, is now coming into focus. You've been telling the movie what to be. This is where the movie tells you what it is, he explains of the editing process. I was talking about this with Guillermo del Toro. Oh, I love Guillermo. The other day, I said, Guillermo, doesn't it feel like there's a certain point where the movie is being received? It's important to get out of the way. A few days ago, the film played to a test audience. Cameron says it went well. When it comes to the cards, it's like going through chicken entrails a little bit. You got to use the force to know what they're talking about sometimes. But they can be incredibly articulate about what's working for them, why it's working, what pushed them over the line. We seem to have hit exactly the right tone in terms of intensity now. He also screened Fire and Ash for Disney Brass, including studio head Bob Iger. It was actually the funniest one of these post-screening studio meetings I've ever had, he says, because some of the other executives had notes, and Bob would say, no, don't worry about that. I didn't feel that, sweeping the notes aside. But look, it's good to get third-party triangulation. There's a respect there. He seems confident for his grand plan to come true, and Avatar 4 and 5 concluding the sci-fi saga exactly the way he wants. This one has to work. He's not taking anything for granted. Nothing can suck. Oof. Oh god. Any notes there from any highlights or anything from that whole section for you guys?
No, I was just enjoying that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really well written and it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh god, I love this article writer and just Cameron in general. Like his quotes are just the best.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so let's continue. I like the way you're using your Oscar for a doorstop. Cameron says with a laugh. We're over at Stone Street Studios where VFX supervisor Eric Sandin has indeed propped open the door to his office with the award, which he won for The Way of Water in 2023. It's actually the best one to use because it takes up the smallest footprint. Cameron continues, the freaking Saturns are too wide. You trip over them. I don't have great memories from Oscar night, says Sandin, so I'm not precious about it. Turns out he was rushed to the hospital soon after being on stage to undergo surgery for a ruptured small intestine. Oh my god.
Oh.
Surely he'll be back to hopefully make some happier memories. The Avatar series visuals are extraordinary, and over the next few hours, Empire gets to see a lot of them. As Cameron sits with Weta's Sandin, a life-size model of Alita from Alita Battle Angel beside them, weaponry from the Lord of the Rings movies adorning the wall. Then ILM's Nigel Summer in an adjacent office. Yeah, keep ILM away. The studio are dazzlingly brilliant, vibrant, stunningly lifelike, and often not quite right. Cameron has created every biome on Pandora, every twig, every fish, and has a maker's instinct for when something's amiss. On Akuru, the neural link that extends from the back of a Navi's head. Okay, so this looks like a handful of furry caterpillars. It's not what these things are supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a delicate interface. It's the first time we're going to see one in the movie, and it's kind of gross. I mean, some people think they're gross regardless. Let's see. Wait, is he insinuating we haven't seen what it really looks like in the movies?
That's what I was just thinking. Are we going to see a better glimpse of it in Avatar 3? Because we could just see a little bit of them connecting the tendrils to something. But this sounds like it's actually going to get... Do you remember what we were talking about, the leaked kind of stuff with the crew and the controlling?
Is it going to be something to do with... You're referencing Spider, right?
Spider, or did you guys read with Quaritch and Varang, where Varang kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, but where Varang tries to control people by doing certain things with her crew?
Yeah. I think Robin had made a post about it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it.
Was that the leaked script that you're talking about?
Yeah.
almost like a mind control or control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
And
like
she's
that,
doing this on Quaritch, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. I guess we'll see some. Yeah. All right. So let's continue. Let's see, what picture should I put up? I don't know. I'll keep it at this until we figure out the next image.
Yeah. Hey.
Let's see. On an eye belonging to new Tulkun character, the matriarch. So we don't have the matriarch, but they did give us this in the article. Let me see if I have the matriarch from the trailer. I don't have it anymore. But wait, I have this one where I think this is like where you're gonna see like the matriarch and patriarch. On an eye belonging to new Tulkun character, the matriarch, she's got that kind of elephant wrinkle effect around here. It's cool, right? There's some ancient wisdom there. Her secondary eye looks pretty dead. You might have to displace the eyeball to the left just a tiny bit because I don't believe this eye can see anything. On Jake's tail, right now it's just languid. It's very neutral. You see it in his face, the tension in his jaw as he's hearing what's being said, but he's trying to keep cool, right? He even does a little sort of jaw thrust there. I think the tail should be doing the same thing. I mean, these guys can't lie. They can't hide what they're feeling. Let's see here. In a later session, unhappy with the rotor wash that's been created beneath a futuristic airship, Cameron grabs a pencil and paper and sketches out a diagram to make his case. Suddenly, we're in a seminar on advanced aerodynamics. Saying there's a point where the airflow immediately under the fans hits a velocity where it starts to atomize the water. But they've got to get the primary effect right. In the simplest possible terms, it's an upside-down mushroom cloud, right? He leans back in his chair. I fly helicopters, so I think about this shit. He's in his element, as if he's ever not in his element. Dispensing tech-heavy analysis, peppered with, I don't know if it's maybe dryly delivered asides such as continuity is for wimps, or it's 10 times better than it was and it's half of what it should be. But for every few volleys of critique, there's something he sees that delights him, prompting him to announce the acronym every VFX supervisor wants to hear, FLF, or First Look Final. Oh, that's gorgeous, he lauds, seeing a Tulkun and her calf gliding through clear ocean water. Observing a mass of feral ash warriors, he remarks, grinning, they're all hopped up on Kickapoo joy juice.
Is that the new Jujubes?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's see. A few times during VFX review, Cameron punches up reference footage of the actors performing the scene years ago back on the performance capture stage or the volume. That way he can check exactly what they did on the day against the final blued up result. The first two Avatar movies made more money than God or Awa, but Cameron is concerned that the work of the cast still isn't being fully appreciated. Some people still view them as animated movies, a fact that drives the director a bit nuts. The number of times in newspapers they talk about Sigourney Weaver and Kate Winslet voicing their characters, it's like, yeah, and Russell Crowe voiced the character in Gladiator. He also showed up for 12 months of photography. He's even talked the Directors Guild of America through the process, but was dissatisfied with the results. I don't think it was attended by anybody that actually voted, because it didn't seem to have any effect, he says. You don't want to give us an award? Fine, whatever. That's not why we do it. But I think there's a point where the good work of the actors is not being acknowledged. It's seen as a second-tier approach to acting, when I think it's a more pure form than photographic acting. There's nothing sacred about a camera and a lens and a piece of film, you know? But they act like it is. Which is true. I mean, how many like amazing performances even Andy Serkis has done as digital characters? Like,
oh my goodness.
His performance as Caesar in the recent, the rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy. Yet they're never even. Nobody's ever considered that really does performance capture at all. It's crazy.
But I think they changed it for the next Oscars. I think there's gonna be a motion capture like award or something.
Oh, really? Because I heard about it. They're them adding a stunt one,
and that would be motion capture as well, I think.
Oh, nice. Okay, well there you go. So now it seems like hopefully they're this can maybe be acknowledged in the future now.
Hopefully.
Let's see. So he likes to say that the performances in Avatar are not just 100% truthful to what the actors did, but 110%, because the added tails and twitching ears accentuate the emotions. 2 HD cameras on a head rig capture every tiny nuance of the actors' expressions. By now, the system and Cameron know the minutest ins and outs of Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana facial musculature. That's what Cameron calls Worthington's swallowed a bug look. This is Sam wrestling with the problem. It's how he externalizes. And there's Saldana weepy. There's her weepy face. Her lips go through all these really interesting deformations that aren't how the average person's mouth operates. All of this is evident in the final product, with ever-increasing fidelity as the tech improves, and the process as Cameron shoots scenes with the cast well before working out the cinematography lets him concentrate entirely on their performances. It's a world away from the madness that was shooting Titanic. The wind's coming up, our lighting balloons are moving, and the crane and the lifeboat divots, and the crowd and all that. Oh, and by the way, Kate and Leo are doing their lines. If you take all that away, there's a pure connection between the director and the actors that's unbroken. He's most excited about what new cast member, Una Chaplin, so now I'll put this one up, has delivered as Varang, the Ash leader with a taste for human weaponry. She's not quite Cameron's first female villain since the Alien Queen. There was Tia Carrere in True Lies, he points out, but promises to be up there with the Xeno Mama in terms of raw malevolence. She was up against 2 actresses that I really, really admired, says the director of Chaplin. If I told you their names, you'd say cast her. But there was something about Una. She was in many ways my lowest maintenance person. She just took care of her own performance. I didn't want to mess with it. And she brought a whole other layer to it around plant medicine and indigenous shamanic practice and so on. And we've actually seen, like, if you've looked at her socials throughout the years, that she really is like an activist for a lot of the indigenous, tribes that like over there, like in Brazil and things of that sort, where Robin and I even talked about, we're like, ooh, this is where a lot of the inspiration for like the look of Varang and the Ash people kind of came from, for some of, because they even wear the headdresses over there down in the indigenous ones in Brazil that she was like, that she would advocate for. So we're like, oh, that's awesome. Let's see.
It's really cool. It's really fitting, as if she was born for that role. Just wondering to which degree she's got to represent it like the other way around. I'm really curious.
Yeah. And I guess like we've only really heard one line delivery from her, and it's a great line. But I think that's what we've gotten so far, right? Just like one, just that final line.
That's all we heard of her, like what she's actually saying.
Like her voice. Yeah.
But it's a good one. It's like, whoo, it really, really gets to you.
Yeah. In fact, Chaplin was responsible for the most momentous day of the production, when she brought 2 shamans from the deep Amazon rainforest on set. We were going to do a blessing ceremony for the production, says Cameron. It was supposed to take 15 minutes. It took 5 hours. Oh my God. Whoa. Because everybody wanted in on it. They blessed every fucking person in the building.
I absolutely love that.
Oh, I love that picture. Oh my goodness, she looks so real.
Yeah.
And how we said, we believe now that this is her, like, probably looking at the flamethrower for the first time. Yeah. And that's the handle.
Little flame in her eyes, yeah.
The butt of the flamethrower. It's upside down right there. And then here, it's how, when she shoots it, which she does in the trailer as well, those scenes where she's kind of like just having fun, just freaking
Yeah,
going.
she does look like she's just having fun, isn't she? She's like, fuck yeah, this is my new toy.
Yeah, exactly.
And the way she looks at it, she's looking at it like in awe.
Because probably the only way they would handle fire was how she does in the teaser, where kind of dipping their fingers or their arrows or their weaponry in that whatever she dipped her fingers in, and then just put the fire on it, kind of like what they do here for this. But then to finally see a weapon that's gonna be able to just generate the fire on its own and spit it out, that's probably like, she's like, this was made for me. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Still over 15 years on, nobody else is making movies like Avatar. Who would dare try it? It's mind-bogglingly complex, beyond state-of-the-art, and unlike Marvel or Star Wars, it's all overseen by one person. Over his 2 days with Empire, James Cameron repeatedly makes our heads spin, showing us the secrets of his process. On E-Stage at Stone Street Studios, he demos his virtual camera rig, which transforms the unassuming room into the bleak Ash Village. So I'll just put the Ash Village back up. Heaving with Navi, allowing him to shoot a pre-existing scene. In this case, Varang parlaying with another character any way he likes, probably Quaritch. With a quick command to the brain bar, a group of boffins behind computer consoles, he can transform himself into a camera crane or a helicopter, whatever he likes. If I want to move the sun, I move the sun, he says, a benevolent creator. It takes him about half an hour to turn day into night. I mean, it's great to have, like, for a director to also have that type of ability to do that, which he would have killed for, like they said, on stuff like Titanic, where, like, some of the most famous scenes that we know of, he's like, we had, like, 20 seconds to make sure we got this shot. It was like, I wanted the sunset or the lighting to be exactly like this. So to now have the comfort of being like, I want it to be nighttime. What about day? Let's move this a little bit this way. I'm sure like that's awesome. Let's see. Jack Champion as Human Spider had to perform scenes twice, once with his fellow actors and once with crew, replicating character movements at actual Navi scale. Small monitors atop towering puppets show the faces of Sigourney Weaver, reciting their lines so he could react to them. A surreal process if ever there was one. It was Champion's first ever experience making a movie. He did his next film in Germany. Ooh, in your neck of the woods, Marina. Remembers Cameron, and he called me from there and said, "It's so different." I said, "Yeah, I know. That's called real movies." Jesus. The result mainlined into audiences' eyeballs in crystal sharp 3D feels like nothing else, a hyper vivid waking dream. One test screening note has particularly pleased Cameron. An Avatar movie is like the carnival coming to town. The director smiles. I thought, that's it. He has distractions, things pulling him away from Pandora. His ongoing explorations of the world's uncharted, what is that? Crannies?
I don't know.
For one, other movie projects for another. He's set to write and direct the nuclear war-themed Ghost of Hiroshima, and he recently snapped up the rights for Joe Abercrombie's fantasy novel, The Devils. A raucous tale of magical beings sent on an impossible mission. It's nuts. The whole thing is off its tits, says Cameron, who particularly likes the insanely violent character Vega. I was like, oh my god, not vegan, please. A werewolf. It doesn't have the kind of conscience that Avatar does, but I don't know if that's a bad thing. Hiroshima's movie. I don't think Hiroshima is a movie you do because you have to. The Devils is a movie you do for fun. I was literally reading parts of the book out loud to my wife Susie, and it dawned on me, I like this book so much, I should just buy it. My god. Yeah, that'd be great. But the Navi still consume him. He reveals to Empire that he hopes to create an animated anthology series. a la Love, Death, and Robots and Secret Level, filling in slivers of Avatar lore. Backstory on characters and tangential stuff like that happened off camera within the movies. Who first landed on Pandora, the first expedition. You could go anywhere you want. And despite internet rumors, he has no plans to hand the next 2 Avatar movies, if they get made, onto anyone else. Just on that quick little the Avatar anthology, like that is perfect, and especially for like the long delays in between movies, that would be perfect to just have something the fandom can still like a milestone they can look forward to. And like he said, it's just going to be stuff that expands the world, and either it goes back in time or maybe things that just happened kind of off camera to the events that you saw in the movies, just things of that sort. That would be fantastic. So
you know what I would love to see? Maybe some Jake's upbringing on Earth, or maybe also Neytiri being a child, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Because there's even stuff from the first movie that they've hinted at, like the tragedy at the school, like with Grace and even like Neytiri's sister, who a lot of people still don't even know about it unless you kind of read the comics and stuff. You don't get a lot of her sister. And then you kind of find out in the comics, like that was actually like Sute's original, like that's who he really loved, was her sister.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you don't even get that at all unless you kind of read these, the comic books.
Yeah, true.
All right. Let's see here. The cast have read 95% of the scripts for 4 and 5. What they have not been allowed to read, Cameron says, are the final scenes of the saga. Only Jon Landau and I know the ending. Tragically, Landau, Cameron's producer and close friend since the 90s, and a consummate hype man for the Avatar series, who signed off emails with Sivako, Na'vi for Rise to the Challenge, died of cancer last July, age 63. The director still occasionally refers to him in the present tense, and it's clear upon visiting Avatar HQ that Landau's spirit very much lives on. His name is still everywhere, says producer Bridget York. It's on the call sheets. It's on his office. We still call it John's office. Our internal phone list. He's not going anywhere. The tears were flowing from the cast when Jon died, says Cameron. Man, it hit everybody pretty hard. We worked together for 32 years, and the thing about Jon was that he always had an opinion. He never pressed it and never sulked if I didn't agree. He and I were great partners. He considers Landau irreplaceable, but one of the people he's elevated to fill the vacuum is Jon's son. Oh, wow, I had no idea.
Oh, you
amazing, yeah.
Do we have a slide?
No, I mean we don't have a slide of that. It says
we have an Instagram account of him.
So his son Jamie, who has long been part of the Avatar family, as producer, he remains at Cameron's side, tapping into what he calls his gym tuition, dealing with everything from merchandise to the virtual camera stage. A veteran of acting classes, Landau will also be visible in Fire and Ash twice as both a human weapons officer and a Na'vi wind trader. Okay.
That's cool.
The guy who's at the bow of the gondola, who blows the horn and has the ribbons hanging, he beams. That's me. Okay, that's awesome.
That's so cool. That's really full circle.
Yeah, and to see that, Cameron's like taking, Jon Landau's son under his wing, as his producing partner now, and hopefully to carry on into the future. That's awesome.
And 63 as well. That is still quite a young age.
Yeah.
63. I mean, yeah.
Because I think Cameron's now in his 70s. Yeah.
Gosh,
they,
amazing.
like most of them are like Sigourney and Steven, and oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I still tag Jon Landau in all my photos. I'm like, I have to. If you go on everyone, I've tagged him.
I mean, he's still like
keep him alive.
Like they said in the article, he's still so alive in the entire franchise. Like you can feel his spirit everywhere.
Yeah. But when it says like, oh, like the tears were flowing from like the cast, like I can't even imagine like, how emotional that time was.
Yeah.
And how he said he was the hype man for it. He was literally the face of it, because Cameron was always always hands-on with obviously like the projects themselves. Jon Landau is who I remember as the face of every major thing, whether it was the movies, it was the face of the hyping for the park that you're gonna finally visit, Marina, later this year.
Yes,
like he was in all those, explaining it. Just, I don't know, the way he like loved Avatar, and you can kind of get it, and how he explained it. It really hyped you up, and it really made you appreciate everything more. Like it made you appreciate the construction of the land and everything it was trying to do. The movies themselves. I'm gonna miss how he would be your hype man even in the behind the scenes of the movies themselves. Like he was always on most of the special features. How I think he would still be featured on 3, because obviously they kind of shot these 2 movies back to back.
So too.
Oh yeah, true.
It's still there, and obviously they're gonna have a very emotional like a featurette that's just gonna be in remembrance of Jon Landau and all his contributions, like a tribute video.
I just know I'm gonna cry.
I know it's coming. Yeah. I mean, what broke my heart was not seeing his name on the end of the trailer, because I knew his name would have been there, and it was so sad. I think it's so strange, because it's so strange that you can feel so much emotion about the loss of someone that you've never met.
Yeah.
But you almost, obviously, through like everything that we read and the behind the scenes, like you almost feel like you do know him.
That is a community.
Yeah. I know personally, I was devastated.
I remember.
I actually shed a tear. It was awful. Like just thinking that a part of the family is no longer with us, and the fact that everyone was like, oh, like A was looking after him. I was like, literally stop. Like, he's with A now. It's so sad.
True. I think that's something I said too, and it's like Jerry said, like Jon Landau was basically the face. He's in every behind the scene. He's guiding us through everything, and he's always very passionate about it. And it really hurts.
You can see that from him. You can see that passion from him.
Yeah, totally.
Man, and it's funny because even when the promotion for 2, he knew like this movie's good, but you could always tell he was like, but just wait till you see 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I remember
that. And sometimes he couldn't resist, and he would, give us little tidbits like the stuff of going to Earth and be 5.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that was it. Like, because you could tell he was so excited, and I don't know it now thinking about it just right now. I don't know if it was because he already knew maybe he wouldn't be around for the next promotional cycle, or for those. I don't like I said, I don't know. They kept everything close, to the like him being sick. I don't know if maybe he at that point it was just his enthusiasm and his excitement where he kind of spilled some little tidbits, or it was his little way of like, because I know I won't be around for those, let me just kind of like relish in it a little bit right now. So that's
so sad.
And they say still the only people that know the final scenes of the saga so far are still just him and James Cameron. So now it's just Cameron.
That's insane.
I didn't know that none of the other actors know that final 5%.
Yeah, because isn't there an interview of especially I think Sam and Zoe where they got asked by Fandango or something if they knew how the story ended, and they both were like, yeah, we know, but maybe they don't know, but they don't know that they don't know. If that makes sense,
Like maybe they know how like their story ends, but I guess just not those final scenes.
Yeah,
like he was saying, it's the final ones that they don't know. Yeah. Because even Stephen Lang at the time, before like 1 or 2 years before the second one came out, and he's like, he was like, I was reading the 5th one, man, and my character's arc and his journey. So I was like, all right, he's gonna be around till the 5th movie. He's like, it's just incredible, man. Like, it had me in tears. So him even seeing his character arc had him in tears in the 5th movie. I'm like, oh god, can we just like get there already?
We're gonna be destroyed. Watching the next movie.
And you know what I'm thinking about as well? I was like, A3 better not end on a cliffhanger.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're gonna have us in a chokehold for several years.
They will.
But
watch it be like The Empire Strikes Back, where like, you know, it leaves you on that freaking cliffhanger. You're like, okay, where's my Return of the Jedi? Because I need the conclusion to this.
Or like, do you know that this is so far fetched, but you know when Wally finds like the first little plant after like I don't want to swear, after years of I know I already sweared, but I was like, oh, but you know when he finds a little plant after years and years of just there not being life on the planet. What if something like that? I'm not saying that I don't think they're gonna go to Earth, but what about like the barren lands or something like that? Like
so like more of like you're thinking maybe like a hopeful ending on a hopeful.
Yeah, like but with a little spice, like maybe that, and then the total thing that I said earlier. Yeah, something. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please go ahead. No, I was done. I'm finished. I'm finished.
No, there was also like an interview in which he said like, if Avatar 3 doesn't make the money it's supposed to make, he said the saga could end, like the ending will be satisfying to some degree. So I hope it's not going to be too much of a cliffhanger.
Well, that's why I thought maybe the hope thing, because sometimes an open ending is not necessarily like a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger is more like we were just like on the cliff about to fall, like what is going to happen. But then the hope thing is, it's not the end. Like it keeps going. And then maybe with like a little cliffhanger, like in the back, you know, like just something like to keep you interested.
Like if it had to end, it could end here, and you could just kind of imagine how it would continue. But but you obviously you still want to see it continue, and now anybody now that would say obviously this was made beforehand, but anybody now that thinks like, oh, what if this one fails? Dude, they're not gonna. At this point, they're good. Like the last one made $2 billion, the other one made $2 billion. This one's easily again gonna make $2 billion. Like we're just gonna keep being in that $2 billion club.
I feel like it's a very high grossing movie. Sorry, you go.
Yeah,
I lose myself in like the hype for it, and then I actually have these moments where I realize, but it's coming out this year. Like we're gonna watch it this year, and I'm like, oh yeah, like the wait is almost over.
And it's crazy because they added a year of delay. We should have had it last December.
We survived one more year already.
But it's already, like you said, it's almost already past. You're like, oh my god, it's just months from now.
I think we don't realize that it's been 3 years since The Weight of Water.
Yeah, that's insane.
It went fast, but we're used to it now because we were waiting for like 12 or 13 years.
Well, I wasn't really waiting because I hadn't it on my radar anymore, but now I have it. And I was like, I know when I started my Instagram page, I was like, how am I going to fill 2 years? And then it was 3 years. But it just naturally progressed. I've got so much stuff still in my head that I want to do.
Yeah.
So much merchandise to catch up on buying.
So much money to spend.
Oh my God,
Pockets empty.
So much organs to give again.
Yes.
That's the running gag of the night.
Yeah, literally.
I might ask you guys' opinion on what I should buy next, because I feel like my shelf has a little empty spot.
Oh, just hit me up. I'll sort you out.
I will.
I
will.
Is it like a figure that you want? Like
I think some sort of figure. Definitely. Not because I have posters, I have clothing. Like I think I want a figure. Like I want something to look in the eyes. You know what I mean? Could be like I guess the biggest I would go for the room that I have is like the figure that you just showed us, like the like this.
I mean,
I guess this is the
Memphis figure. So
this is the biggest I would go for now until I move. But
what kind of price range?
You're like already like, okay, we can sort this out.
You can work with that. Don't worry.
Dialing the phone. I mean, like,
yeah, she's googling already.
Yeah, a professional avatar merch planner. Yeah.
No, what was it about when she said, "No, I'm not trying to do advertisement here" or something?
Oh, but it's an agency book.
Yeah, she's gonna start working for Sideshow. Yeah.
Yeah, I said to Joey, I was like, Joey, I can sort you out. Not that Joey needs help. It's like, Robbie, I can sort you out. Don't worry. Just let me know all the details, and then I'll just go searching for you. No, I actually will. Like, I love it.
I'm gonna talk to you after the stream, but
yeah, no,
obviously when
she knows, you can talk to her. It's
when
she knows everything.
When the third movie comes out, obviously, like the first one that I want is some sort of ring figure. Like that's on my mind here, or one of the new creatures. Like I don't care which one. I just want a new creature in my room.
Her creature that she's riding in this one, I need that one.
Yeah, the night rest.
Yeah, I can bring it up again. Like her riding.
Is it night race?
Night Wraith, yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Yeah.
Like, give me this as a statue, I will buy that.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? It almost looks like a little bit like Toruk with like the little feet, the little legs.
Oh yeah.
True. Because
wait, put me back on screen.
Yeah. Let's see.
It does. Yeah. Look.
Because that's different. Like Ikrans don't have that. They don't have the legs. Like
oh yeah, you're right. Let me see.
Yeah, because they have the...
exactly. Yeah.
It's almost funny because if you look at it from the side, it does look like a human leg. Like.
Ew.
Yeah, same anatomy.
Yeah, literally, it's so strange, but yeah, it's so cool. So maybe this is like one of its kind. We don't know. Do we know?
Because I was about to say, I was like, I wonder if it's comparable, but no, because the size, I think the Taruk is still a lot bigger than this. But I was like, ooh, if they would have made that, then there you go. The proper reason to have Taruk come back is like the evil version of a Taruk. Like, here's the twisted version of a Taruk. But it's bigger than an Ikran, but not as big as a Taruk. So it's still going to be very formidable for whenever she does, ride around and use it. So that's going to be crazy. And that tail right there, like, I'm sure she's going to impale some people with that tail.
Oh, yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? Because I just had like a nightmare the last time I hopped onto Frontiers. I got chased by 2 storm gliders, and they hit you with their legs and with their tail. Yeah, they suddenly popped up like out of nowhere and chased me throughout the whole fucking map. I'm sorry to say that. And I needed to get into like a base and hide, and they just wouldn't go away. So I couldn't even fast travel anywhere else.
And it's so scary in first person, isn't it? It's like it's actually happening.
You see the legs coming, get you. You're falling off the Ikran, and you're like, what? What's happening?
Yeah.
So no, thank you.
And I wonder how they'll introduce this creature as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really intrigued how they'll introduce it. If it will just like, if she'll call for it and it will just fly out of nowhere, and everyone will be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it needs a badass introduction.
Jerry, do you want to continue maybe with the last part of the?
Because that's the last little bit.
It's going to be quite fitting to what we were just discussing.
Oh, right. Yeah, go ahead.
The tough emotions are at the core of A3. Everybody in this movie is reacting from a place of trauma, explains Cameron. Everybody, Jake's processing the death of his son. Loak is processing the death of his brother and his own guilt around that. I think if you're authentic about life and emotion and relationships, it doesn't matter how crazy your world building is. I'm on a flying fish, but I believe that flying fish. It's a pretty fucking good flying fish. The director has a self-imposed rule. While he spends each day poring over fragments, he is only letting himself watch the full movie 5 times, so he can cling onto a shred of objectivity. He's also adopted an ingenious hack known as a flop, in which he flips the screen horizontally, subtitles excluded, so he can watch it as a mirror image, breaking his neural patterning and keeping the experience fresh.
Interesting.
And while he waves away any mention of people getting depressed after leaving Pandora, go to the park, his aim is very much to make people sob with fire and ash. After all, it makes him tear up. There's a scene I can't really talk about. It's rough. It makes me cry every time I watch the film. I'm crying at my own damn movie. But if I'm not in tune with my film, then I got no business being here. Over 2 days at the director's side, one thing is made abundantly clear. He's so in tune with his film, it's a surprise he doesn't whip out a crew and plug it into the Avid. Every skimwink splash, every Ikran roar, every flamethrower blast is precisely as he wants it. And so finally is that troublesome music in Mixed Theater 2. Just as Empire prepares to bid goodbye to Pandora, the doors to the chamber are thrown open and Cameron strides out like a father who's just welcomed a newborn child. We got ourselves a trick, he tells us with a hard-won smile. Then he darts off down the corridor, locking onto the next challenge. The carnival is on its way. Wow. What a great cover story.
Yeah, really. It's so much fun to read that. And even just to listen to it. Wow.
That was a great writer.
The first part of this final little part that I read is the whole where it's like, it's now all about the characters. He's like, yeah, great. You can have that world building and it's everything, all that is important. But now for him, the most important aspect is now the characters and their journeys. And now we as the audience are invested, not just in the world, but in the characters themselves. So it's almost like we went from like the super grand scope, and it still has that scope, but I love that for these sequels, it's almost like it keeps getting more narrow and narrow in terms of like focusing in on the characters and their journeys, which is great. Because I think a lot of people's opinion or thoughts about the first one and where it lacked, it kind of seems like he's tackling all those issues.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I agree with that.
But now I don't know. I don't want to know what that scene is that makes him cry every time.
Right?
Oh my gosh!
It's Jake. No.
Oh, there was also an interview I've seen of Bailey Bass recently. I think I shared it to my story on Instagram, where she also said she was watching a scene and she had to cry. And I don't know if she's referring to the same one. And I mean, his wife, she was crying for 4 hours and he wanted to get her opinion. He was like, I need to go to bed now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
She was like crying for hours, wasn't she? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. If she did, what are we going to do?
Well, if James, it's so funny that he's crying. He knows what's going to happen and he's crying.
Yeah, he wrote
so what are we going to be like? He created that. He made himself cry.
I have an idea. Should we do one stream dedicated to our theories about things like this?
Oh.
Yeah, like all of our theories on the upcoming movie?
Yes. Because of these pieces of information, maybe even the trailer or things we've seen maybe in previous movies or...
Yeah.
And also I think we could maybe next time continue with the other articles that are included into this, because there's another interview of Sam Worthington concerning the movie and also of Una Chaplin.
Okay.
They were the ones that I was speaking about. They're very quick. They're like question and answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can read them through really quick if you guys want right now.
As you
like. If you have time.
If you have time.
There's some good ones in there.
Yeah. Let me do it really quick. Let's see. Because it's right after. So we'll start with the Sam Worthington. So the appropriate image is...
Oh, yeah. I was about to ask. Can you put on the pictures, please?
Oh, my God.
No, because you told me, tell me what I have to put on pictures.
Well, tell me which picture. I'm over here.
This one. It's perfect. You did a good job. Thank you, Kiri. Now continue.
Oh, God. All right, let's see. All right, the veteran. Avatar OG Sam Worthington is back as battle-toughened hero Jake Sully. He tells us how he's bringing the Blue Thunder. This has been a particularly sprawling production. When were your first and last shooting days? So Sam says, I think 2017 is when we first started. We did 2 and 3 concurrently. And then I did some on the stage not long ago, sometime this year. I always say we're like doctors on call. If Jim calls us today, I'll get up and go. Is it tricky? Is it tricky to keep track of where you're at story-wise, given the lack of traditional sets? He says, I've always found it very easy. I love being back in that volume. I go on to other projects, and whether they're big movies or big TV series, nothing compares. I always say it's the curse that Jim has given me, and it's a beautiful curse. But nothing ever compares to when I film on Avatar. It feels very right and safe and like home. Maybe it takes a while to warm to who Jake is and his spirit, but not much. Let's see. Do you have a process for dialing back into that spirit? He says, when we did the first one, I was 29, and I just dive into anything. That's Jake. There's no holding back. He'll do whatever is necessary with no regard for his own safety. I'm a bit older now, so it takes me a while to get that mentality. I love playing the character because of that reason. He's not as cautious or as anxious as I am in real life. Presumably, his gung-ho-ness has been diluted, though, by his gaining a family. He says, in the second one, that was the driving force, to protect that family at all costs. That's what he found worth fighting for. Now we're in a world where it's flipped again. The peacemaker that Jake was in 2 has changed because he's grieving. He doesn't know how to go forward, and so he goes back to the world that he knows, which is soldiering, to attack, to go to war. That's a comforting place for Jake. If we pause there for a second, it was a point I was going to bring up earlier when we were talking about the opening narration and the closing, and with it being like the eyes opening on Jake like for 2 times in a row. I was going to point out each time it's almost like it's a new version of him. It's like a transition period. So when he opens, it's like a different version of him. Obviously in the first movie, it was now he was just going to be, this was him now in his avatar body, like full time. But in the second one, I do think that he now opens his eyes again. And like he said, now that peacemaker version of him that we got for most of 2, that version is gone. And now it's this version that is grieving the loss of his oldest son. So in a way, it still did keep that theme of like, when he opened his eyes at the end, it's a new version of Jake that we're going to be introduced to fully in this third movie. At least that's how I looked at it. I obviously, I could be completely wrong.
No, I get that.
I like that thing. So like we were talking about with Loak, if you guys were wondering, oh, will we keep the opening eyes at the end thing? If they do, it might be because in the beginning of the movie, he's a certain way like we talked about. But maybe when he, at the end, he's going to open his eyes and maybe it's going to also signal that's going to be now a different transitioning version of him as well. So I would like that theme to continue like that.
Me
It's always
too.
it embodies them just going through like their next phase in life for the upcoming film or something. It's pretty cool. Let's see. With he and Neytiri losing a child, their marriage must be under intense strain. He says, yeah, that's a thing. Because of Netayam's death, there is now a division in that relationship. That's a great design by Jim. How do you split apart the perfect love story? Jake and Neytiri share this painful wound, but they can't seem to heal each other. So they kind of split, not because they want to, but because they're just trying to survive within themselves. Jake heads back to battle, and Neytiri kind of closes down. This film is definitely murkier. There's a lot more intensity within the family dynamic. We're still seeing parts of Pandora that we haven't seen before and the beauty, but it's definitely much darker than the others.
Wow.
All that is very, very interesting. Everything he said there.
Yeah. So I love that he he just kind of describes hers as like she's closing down.
Yeah.
But I do still hold on, and I know we said we'll do like a theory video, but I also mentioned it last time. I do think that somehow she's going to gravitate towards the Ash clan.
I think so too, yeah.
And that's where he's like that line that we saw in the teaser, like, you can't continue with this hate. Because I think that's what the Ash Clan, they held on to the hate part of grieving, where Jake, it looks like he's gonna, because I guess what Cameron has stated is that people in life, they grieve differently. Some can end up being, you're just angry all the time. Others are just like, I just need to now put my focus on something else and basically just be distracted. Or revenge or whatever it is, like Jake's, if it's all like going back to just being a soldier, it's more just like, just going back to war. And hers might be this other journey that like I said, that's my theory, that and we did see that Jon Landau did share that one little blurry screen of kind of like almost like a not finished film, but like the rough renders, and she looked like she had the paint of the Ash Clan.
So, I remember that.
So there is something to that. So at least that's my current little theory there. But I think that's why they'll split like emotionally, but also I think actually physically in the movie, I think they're going to be in separate areas for probably maybe the majority of the runtime, maybe.
Yeah. Which, like I said to you guys before, I'm really intrigued to see Neytiri on her own.
Yes.
How she acts on her own.
And what's driving her.
Instead of her partner being there, you can, I mean, naturally anyway, as people, we can act differently around certain people.
True.
Yeah.
So I wonder how she will come across.
Let's see. Let's go back to this. James Cameron and Steven like to kickbox each other. Ever been tempted to get involved? No way. They do that at 4 or 5 in the morning before we start shooting. It's something Jim does to get his juices flowing. You see them when we come in. They've been doing it for several hours, and they're both pumped up. They have a great relationship, but I wouldn't take them on. That's crazy. But you know what? I love hearing that in his 70s, like Cameron is still like doing this type of stuff. Like,
right. And Sam is like, no, thank you.
Exactly. But it reinforces that when he really says like, I feel I can do the next 2 movies, even if it's going to be another like years and years long journey to see the saga through. He feels he can still do it. He's still very much active, so it's proven that at least as of right now, he still seems pretty good. So maybe I need to get on the damn vegan diet, bro. I think that's the moral of the story. I think he's winning me over without knowing he's winning me over. Yeah.
I mean, try if you feel better. If not, then maybe leave it.
God, I'll be like kickboxing at 4 or 5 in the morning. Oh man. All right, let's see. The last part on his thing is, as a veteran cast member, what did you make of the new additions to the cast? He says, when someone's in the volume, we will come and visit. It's different to other movies, man. We have a couple of seats on the outside of the volume, and you sit down. You've got front row seats to Una Chaplin, front row seats to David Thewlis. I don't understand the idea of sitting in a trailer while people of that talent are doing their job. Una and David, they came in. It took them a microsecond to assess how we do it, and then they just played. How they push this, it's incredible. You're after people that are fearless in that volume, and Jin gives you that confidence. I've always said he raises the bar and gives you the confidence to jump over it. That's what he does. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And of course, it did give us a look at David Thewlis' Wind Trader character that we'll know as Payakan, or Payakan.
Yeah. Polite.
Yeah,
he looks so cute, honestly. Like teddy bear cute.
And then we have the one with Una Chaplin. So the fire starter. Trouble's coming to Pandora in the form of volcano-tempered Navi Varang, who, as Una Chaplin reveals, is also into Slipknot. Oh my God. James Cameron told us that seeing Varang come to life has been his big joy on this film. How has it been for you? It's a dream come true in so many different ways. The first Avatar is so dear to my heart, just beautiful, heartwarming, connecting to nature, connecting to the blue people, the victory of everything that's good against everything that's bad. It's one of my favorite films of all time. Getting to be a part of that, then getting to be a part of a family of people, it's such a crew. And then on top of that, you're in a place where all of the weird physical things that I've always wanted to do with my body, with a performance, I get to do them. So that's incredible. And then like the fact that it's the good versus evil theme that she loved from the first movie. But she's maybe gonna add a little bit of that, maybe the gray area. Like obviously leaning a little more evil, of course, but maybe you can still what's the word? Sympathize with them? Probably with like,
weren't we saying
empathize.
that?
Yeah.
Weren't we saying that the other day that we were like Farang looks so I think we have that image of Farang, right, where you can see kind of the side. I think that's a magazine image of her. And we were saying like this one, like she doesn't look necessarily so vicious. She looks pretty, like beautiful, and a lot like Neytiri in some ways, in some facial features. And I personally think that's on purpose because we're supposed to emphasize with her.
Yeah,
and it's great that you mentioned that they show us this version of her in the same cover story, and and this one as well that look vicious, but like you said, they also do give you this more like even she's awestruck right here in this moment by the flamethrower of all things, but that obviously she's like, Kermit's like, point it over here, goddammit. But yeah, that's like you said, you can still see this one right here. You just get like, it just seems like a much softer look and tenderness that just comes off of this image right here than the other ones.
Do you know what this look also reminds me of? Now that Robin said, like, compared to Neytiri, when Neytiri's bow broke and she looked back at it, I feel like, I know this is supposed to be another emotion here in her face, but I kind of see a similarity.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No, for sure. Let's see. Including writing a giant creature called the Night Wraith. So I guess we can put that image back up that we were talking about or looking at. I enjoyed riding the beast. It definitely works your legs. It's fun, especially after having been to the Disney World thing that they've done with Avatar. I knew I had a bunch of riding to do, and the theme park ride Flight of Passage really helped me get into the spirit. I've spent so much of my career in a corset. So the freedom of being able to express a character using all of my limbs, it was really fun to work out. Let's see. Varang and her Ash Clan are Na'vi, but more shadowy ones than we've seen before. Let's see. I'll put this image up. Well, they have a bunch of unresolved trauma. They got hit by a natural disaster, and what Varang did was say, well, fuck Awa. She basically goes towards a different power and tries to harness that, and in so doing kind of raises her people out of misery. It's easy to fall into the villain mentality, but actually she's the hero of her people because she saved them out of misery and starvation and begging. And that's all. It's a great point. It's kind of like you were saying, like they'll introduce this where you can maybe at some points empathize with the hardships that we've gone through, and this was just how they dealt with it. Was like at the end just being filled like fuck Awa. Like you kind of more went the anger route, but yet she still said she was in a way she still was the hero to her people because she did save them. Maybe everything is not up to like you wouldn't have done everything the same way, but the end result got the end result. And so that's why I don't think they're going to be 100% obviously villains. The best ones are the ones that they don't see themselves as the villains. I think those are the most compelling villains.
They get lost in their own egos.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you socialize much with the rest of the cast or try to stay in Varang mode? I think Varang took over me a little bit. I was in a really weird headspace at the time because I went in and I kind of covered my whole trailer with very vivid and disturbing images of the kind of trauma that Varang would have gone through. I didn't realize that I was playing with fire at the time, but she did seep into my psyche a little more than I had anticipated. It was okay. I didn't rip anybody's head off. It's fine. Oh, man. Talk about disturbing images. Like, we referenced that first initial art that we got of her and the other Ash clan, like in that weird dancing ritual and all the crews on her neck and them having these elaborate like masks or whatever they had. Yeah, I'm like, that's what I like pictured as soon as she said that.
When I think about, because she's saying that it would be images of her trauma, right? Like whatever Varang would have gone through. Mm-hmm. If we think about kind of the type of trauma that she would have had, I think about maybe the volcanic eruption that could have taken place. Then immediately, if I want an image with that, I think of Pompeii.
Yes.
And I think of the disturbing, like the charred bodies and just, I'm not going to go into too much detail for the people that would not like to know about it. But if you do, then look up that. And you might get an idea of just the images that she was talking about and how incredibly disturbing they can get.
Like you can get an idea of what she was surrounding herself with, and how that really could mess up your psyche. Like she said, like I didn't even know I was playing with fire. Like literally, like it just having that in your trailer at all times and seeing all those images. Like,
start dreaming about it.
That would mess with your freaking head.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is music part of your process? Is there a Varang playlist? Yeah, I got really into throat singing with Varang, and I got really into Slipknot. People equal shit. Yeah, exactly. I'd never really gone into death metal, and probably Slipknot is laughable to some people. Oh, that's so mild. But it was pretty hardcore for me. I do have a playlist for her, and I would ease into that space because death metal and heavy metal was still a little bit too far a stretch for me to connect with. So I would listen to a lot of powwow, which is Native American music traditionally played at social gatherings. The drum, just very soulful and strong, and warrior cries. You know, I'd listen to a lot of that going into work and try and sing along in LA traffic. Let's see. James Cameron didn't know this until after you got the role, but you also have connections to indigenous people yourself, right? My grandmother was a Mapuche Maya Chilean woman. She kind of had that brainwashed out of her. But I mean, you look at her; she was a squat little Indian lady. There was a moment in my 20s where I started becoming very curious about what that meant. And it took me on a whole journey. We do a lot of fundraising for Indigenous-led projects and land-back projects and things like this. I ended up falling into a network of a lot of really cool elders, people that are extremely just down home and very wise, very different. On Fire and Ash, we got to bring in a couple of our relatives, our people from the Yawanawa, from the Amazon, and that was a trip. And that's kind of what we discussed earlier, where like if you had checked her socials throughout the years, like she really has been very active in all that stuff. So it's not just something, just for, promotion of the movie. Like it's actually something she does on her own time. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, by all accounts, it was a memorable day. Yeah, they sang and blew on everybody and prayed for everybody. Everybody from Kate Winslet and James Cameron all the way down to the guy that takes out the trash. Everybody got a blessing. Oh, okay. That was enough reading for me. But
you did a good job.
You did really well.
Oh, thank you. Oh man.
Like if you ever want to record like an audiobook or something, I would listen to it.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, that was awesome. I loved just all the different tangents they went on. Like the whole James Cameron thing at the beginning was hilarious. We got into like this movie and the thought, the thought process behind what we're gonna see. this was a great one. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No, it was.
yeah.
Was cool.
And obviously next time we'll have another little bit because they did already tease us what the next one's going to include. At least one bit is going to be like confirming that Mick Scoresby is coming back. Scoresby with a score to settle with Payakan. So watch out, boys. This. Oh god! And his new mechanical arm. It's so cute.
It's so cute. When I first looked at this picture, I thought it's a shot of Avatar 2. Like I didn't even see the arm at first.
Oh man. But that's all we got for today. I think this was a pretty packed stream. We talked about pretty much all 3 movies. Sorry we were late for our own, Avatar Day type, celebration or live stream, but life is life. Yeah. Oh, what?
A little piece left before we end this?
We do?
Or am I mistaken?
You want to fill me in?
The video?
The video?
Oh.
The greeting?
You didn't... Remember you didn't send it?
I send it.
Email.
No worries.
We can always put it in the next one if we don't have it.
No worries.
Yeah, we'll put it in the next one. But we did what she's referring to. It is up on the social, so you could go to pretty much I think any of ours, right? I think all of us were collaborated on it. So if you do want to see it now, just go on Instagram to either of our accounts, and you'll see a greeting that Marina got in from Courtney, who played one of the the Metkayina females. She sent us a little greeting to share with you guys. We'll show you the full video on our next stream. But if you want to see it already, you can go on Instagram and watch that reel right there. But that's what she was referring to. I'm sorry.
No worries. No,
you're good. You're good. Don't worry.
I think it was a miscommunication. It's all good.
All right, but anything you guys want to end on before we kind of close out for today? While I kind of look over all the comments, I have not been able to.
I know I've been side-eyeing, but there's been a lot of comments.
No, but it was fun.
Yeah, I think we spoke about some really good stuff today.
Yeah,
and already thinking about another stream with all of us.
Yeah,
of course. If you want to have us again,
of course, always.
We're kind of like we're the 4-person team now. So.
Oh yeah, true. We have an official name now.
Yeah, Pandora homies, guys. With Robin's talented artistic skills.
Oh yeah, I love this picture. It's so cute.
No, I do love it. It's gonna go in the Avatar room, 100%.
It's like maybe I'll add to it with different little drawings in the future, and it can be like our own little comic book of our adventures as the homies.
That would be so cute.
That's so good. That is such a good idea. You know what made me laugh is just like there's all of us, and there's just like evil Jerry.
Yeah.
I was so innocent.
I was going to say
the Ash Clan too, and you didn't go through with it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And I did not, because I realized in my edit with Sophie a while ago, I did a Sarentu symbol, and I was like, this is perfect. Everybody's a different clan if I do that. We have Sarentu, Omaticaya, Metkayina, and Mangwan. And then we have, not all the clans, but we have all different clans. And I was like, it can be like a little but I was going to be Fire Ash as well. And I kind of wanted to be, but then I was
that one fits you too. That one fits you as well. And then, like you said, it's cool to have like every like each one of us is representing like a different one. So that was.
You could always be in the comic things. You could always do a Quaritch and just put some Mangwan paint on.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, well, the Ash clan, it kind of has some different clans in it too, so maybe I could have just wandered my little silent to happy ass into the bed tree and be like,
I converted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jerry introduced you.
Yeah.
Here's my new friend. They're all like, Who is this?
They have a little station that where you just sit down and they'll just paint you like they do at carnivals and stuff. Just sit down. Yeah, just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's the nomadic circus of the wind traders where they have like special stuff like painting your face.
There you go.
Giving you new costumes, like a parade or something.
Just giving me art ideas. I might draw that.
Ooh. Well then,
I'd love to see that.
But yeah, well, obviously we'll have plenty of more streams coming up. Like you talked about a theory stream. We got the new comic book coming out, so there's going to be like read-through / discussion streams on the new comic. Obviously, if they release a new trailer and when the books start, because for the first batch of books release on November 4th, so we will have like the. Not the main ones, not like the making of, but like the like at least half of them do come out November 4th, and then the other ones are on the release day of the movie. So we will have some books that we can go through as well. Like I forgot which ones they were, but some of them. But yeah, we'll have plenty of upcoming streams to do in the lead up to the movie. It's going to be a fun ride, and yeah, I'm glad this is already our second stream, right?
Yeah, the Pandora and homies.
Yep. I'm already having a blast, and I can't wait to just keep coming back for these. This is awesome.
One more fun fact. Pandora and Hangout is 1 year old today.
Ooh.
The first Pandora and Hangout was the 24th of August last year, and that's today.
Oh, wow. That's Jake's birthday, by the way. Also another fun fact. I've just seen that. I got tagged in the story. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god. Happy birthday.
Does Jake want a happy birthday voice note from me? I can always send him one.
Give me his phone number, please, if you have it.
Oh my god. That's awesome. But yeah, because we actually, Robin and I met. We were saying like at last year's Avatar Day, like stream that we did there with like Avatar Guy and some of those other people that he's friends with, and that one was so fun. And then coming out of that, we're just like we vibed really well. We're just like, why don't we just continue doing our own streams? Like we'll just continue and like you said,
we have more to say. Yeah,
we did our first one like you said on the 24th of August, so that's crazy. Just a few days later. Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats,
it's so cool to be part of that now. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And now we added 2 more people to the group, and it's honestly it's great. Oh my god, my little one running around. Like hurry up and finish.
We're about to.
Waited long enough.
Yeah, we can wrap it up and continue next time.
No worries. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and thank you everybody that joined us throughout Twitter and YouTube. There's like 141 of you, it says right now, between both platforms. So thank you. I know I mean, at least I wasn't able to really keep up with the chat. I'm sorry, but I know you guys chatted amongst yourselves as well. So that's great that you guys have kind of like a little space to chat with each other, even if we don't maybe see it. But
next time for the theory one, we can chat with the chat as well.
Exactly.
Put it on screen again.
Good. Yeah,
we're gonna do that. Perfect.
But I mean, Snake Guys, like always, we have the Avatar podcast here. So thank you, Albert, for joining. Maddie,
Maddie,
Tanya Brown. Just thank you guys for joining us and sticking around and appreciating the content we brought today. And yes, my throat now hurts, Albert. So yes, some water is definitely going to be necessary now. Now I'm feeling it. But all right. That is it from us, and we'll announce when the next one will be, but probably not too much, not too far from now. So, but thank you for joining us. Any final thoughts from you guys?
Nope.
Just thank you.
Said it all. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening to that.
Yeah, we do appreciate it.
All right. Bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye everyone.